All righty. I think we are live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The rally continues. A little bit surprising. We're only up by a quarter. A lot of people are getting FOMO. Wall Street is telling you to buy the lagging small caps and telling, you better hurry, and all these different things. But when it's all said and done, we are looking to see whether or not we get panicked today to the upside or downside. Otherwise, not much data, and we are already getting announcements teased about more trade deals when Donald Trump comes back. Other than that, the AI theme and all the deals in Saudi Arabia, that's really hitting. Some of the news that came out yesterday has led to 10-20% reaction on some stocks today. So none of the news was really that fresh, but the hype is there, and we will see. And what's this? China foreign minister in meeting with Mexican counterpart. They welcome more Mexican products into China, will encourage Chinese businesses to invest in Mexico. China willing to work with Mexico to resist unilateral acts and defend free trade rules. That is coming out now. So other than that, Chad, we got 2 minutes. I'm going to be watching just a couple of plays. Literally Cisco, Walmart, DE, AMAT, and crypto. But again, if there's no panic, today might just be a chill day so that we could save money. I botched the AMD, bro. I had that shit. I botched it. I don't know why, but yeah, other than that, we'll see. No need to chase, but this is your moment. Anytime after this moment, I'm going to ban you for breaking the rules. So please read the rules so you do not get banned, but this is a time to post to play right now. After the bell, no more. So Chatadonia, what do you got for me, baby? Let's go. Or I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, wait. I'm on the wrong Chad. I'm still looking at the... Yeah, see, that's why he's playing. Yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't even see you guys. I was just talking to myself. SFCI, Oklo, Apple, MSTR, lead on Pepsi, watching the spy, BITX, post-up plays. They're all laughing at Josh now. UNH calls, WMT, long-term. Right, buying you buying the dips, UNH, NVIDIA shares, Oracle, J&J, long on Baidu, Apple call, watching UPS, Pinduoduo, SPY call, 6,000, Bitcoin long, Baidu long, Palantir, Beto, NVIDIA, pizza, toast both ways, Boeing puts, pizza, long-term Airbnb calls, AMD calls, SPY calls, pizza, long, cover calls, NVO, Humana, pizza, covering NVO, MU, and Marvel, long-term in the final place. JB Hunt, Lisa So, pizza, Rich Tech Robotics, and Mara, pizza. I'm sorry, I can't stop it. It's as every time I read it, it comes out like that. I can't say it normally anymore. I know. Well, Chatadonia, I hope you're ready. So let's have a good day. Oh, yeah. Cisco, Walmart, DE, AMAT, and then crypto. That's what I'm going to be watching. Other than that, we just got to tell the vibe. We need panic. Otherwise, you don't want to overpay. That's the whole thing. If you don't get it, why am I looking for panic? Because if the panic does not continue, all of these premiums that jacked up over the last couple of days are going to die. So that means you are overpaying for literally everything if we start moving dramatically slower than how we got here. So we'll see where it all leads us. But Chad, you got about 20 seconds. You better finalize your moves and get ready for all of it. We're going to have a good time. And yeah, if you need anything, you let me know. Call out any news. I will do the same. And let's have a good one, bro. Let's have a good one. Pizza. 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight. All right. Oh, yeah. Again, so watch. Dude, I'm telling you, everywhere they're pumping this whole small cap laggers theme. So just see if we do get any of that rotation today and pay attention. You will probably get hype articles pumping random small caps. That is the vibe that Wall Street has already gotten on this morning. So be mindful. Oh my gosh, those Pinduoduos. Those are really going. Pizza. Okay, where's that one? Core Weave up almost 400. Again, even some of the the UNH calls. So both ways on that. But yeah, UNH is moving even from yesterday. Again, NVIDIA, you would have got a little bit more lift on the AMD. And then, let's just see the vibe they get us to. Tesla was up a lot. Right now, the only thing red is the Russell, the one that they were pumping this morning. So we will see. All right. And then defense plays too, like we talked about, YPF, LMT. Keep that in mind. Why is the close on? Who's the other one? Deer. Deer is mad expensive. Pepsi, new 52-week low. Woo! So look good, habibi. Oh, wait, did those not send? Okay, you already got the Wallies. Sonos on the high. Again, Oklo had earnings. They're moving up. Microsoft now, too. Oh, hey, Bradley Frizzle the peach, too. Oh, it's early, and it's here. Good morning, Bradley Frizzle and the peach, baby. Oh, no. Stop it. Oh, man. Okay, where's Boeing? So now you got big tech going. You got the peach in. AMD chips are up. Boeing's already up 2%. Or 1.5%, baby. Oh, Peach Nation. There's AMD. AMD's going. A lot of things are going crazy. The hell is this? Oh, I want to play these, but they already moved. Yeah, I'm away. Celsius straight up. Again, there's decent ones, but dude, we're still only 0.25%. So already this is a lot slower than some of the other moments we had. And then Hims is going nuts. That's going round 3 already. And then Crowd, remember cybersecurity, Palo Alto, some of those are moving. Again, Baidu is moving pre-market. Now Netflix, a lot of things are going. And then AMD just leading the pack with all of it. My goodness. Eli Lilly now, and then Palant. So yeah, Palantir 130, even I'm surprised NVO and healthcare. See if these stay up. Again, SPY's just chilling. This is what I do not like, because you guys are noticing a lot of different things are moving, but again, it's still a quarter. NASDAQ's up 0.5. MSTR starting to move, but then again, Russell is on the low. Chad is calling Rigetti a firm. Again, it seems like you're getting, again, these small cap underperformers. Wall Street is starting to pump them. So again, they're saying that's what you FOMO to if you missed out. I don't know if I'm buying it, but I like that idea with quality. But yeah, that's kind of what you're getting here. BBAI had something this morning. I read one of those headlines. China will provide humanitarian assistance for, what is this? Something with IMF or Sudan? Reddit, Jazz, ARK, NVIDIA, chips. Now you got a bigger candle on the SPY. Yeah, dude, chips all day. Yeah, GIS, Pepsi, all the staples are dying again. So this is what we were talking about yesterday. I was telling you towards the bell, this is a rotation. So like you guys look at the NASDAQ is climbing, SPY and Russell are barely moving, but you're watching all these little moves. Like I think it's pretty obvious that it is a rotation. You're watching all of these laggers start to get a bid, or any of the tech stocks, and then anything that was up is just going the other way. Core Weave still up. Where's SMCI? Staples on the low, though. Yeah, SMCI is up 17. And then there's AMD. The one that got away. Oklo. Again, the video was already up a lot yesterday, but yeah, it's up another 4%. 134 now. So again, chips are getting crazy. ARM too. ARM has been a lot of stop and go. I'm surprised, actually. No, yeah, I got it. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize. I have an ARM play up 200%. I didn't even realize. So, yeah. Let's make these free. 400% if these fill. They did not fill. Okay, I made the arms free. But yeah, I didn't realize. I was like, dude, because they wouldn't go up. I wasn't seeing them moving up the other day. They were barely up, but now it's up 5%. Stock, those went 200, 300%. Well, Walmart, we talked about that a little bit. Walmart could be either very telling or the market may ignore it. Healthcare going up. Now you got Netflix. Again, MSTR. That one's playing along. Actually, premiums are still up on MSTR. So they're even holding because there was a little bit of a gap down today. But yeah, the premiums are still up. Again, ARM, that one's fire now. And then CRISPR, CRSP, Morgan Stanley now in banks. We saw that yesterday. Bro, it's doing it again. So this squeeze is still holding. It's a little smaller, but wait till the NASDAQ goes like 1%. And then, again, the levels, 5907 to 13. But other than that, it is 5920. You better buy. It's so bullish. Come on, Bobby. Bobby, I got to ban you, brother, because you've just been coming in every morning crying about the rally. It's okay, bro. It's going to come down eventually. Don't be so mad. Get a long term. But, yeah, I don't like that energy 7 minutes into the day for 5 days in a row. You know what I'm saying? I try to help you, bro. I try to throw you a life jacket, tell you to chill, try to be a friend. But, nah, friendliness didn't work. Friendliness did not work. So, yeah, get a long term, you guys. Get a long term. That's it. That's just been the vibe. I don't know. Again, I'm not, as although we benefit off of this, I've been skeptical. You've seen how Wall Street has played this game. You hold for 10 years, baby. Your life will become a lot easier. KMDA, what's that? Oh, Mr. Aguilar, welcome. Tesla. Are they still back up? Again, chips for now. Only problem is that all of this is chips. And it feels like, okay, like I said, wait till NASDAQ goes 1% or we hit the level. Other than that, if the chips fade in the next 30 minutes, there's no rally. But again, everybody is rotating to a degree. And that I do notice very well. How do you ban members? What do you mean? You just ban them. That's it. So please follow the rules. If not, I mean, you guys, it's just no more weird social shit. That's it. We're here to make money, get a long term, and it's working because that's exactly what we're doing. But yeah, so like getting even mad about getting banned is weird. We're not dealing. It's just no more emotions, you guys. No more social. Just lock in and make a bag. So yeah. Good morning. Oh, long term. All right. Honestly, long term's not going crazy because we're probably paying for that rotation. So again, we have other stuff, and then some of the winners yesterday, they are down. Well, again, it's the same exact levels, and then again, like there's like two baby levels, 59.13 and 07. That's like yesterday's high, but 59.20. But even then, like I said, I'm on watch today. I want to avoid a bad shot. Because if we could know that today's not going to do shit and save our money and avoid bad premiums, life is going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get caught up in 7 hours thinking it's exciting, but it's not. You're going to hate it. So till then, let's just ride it. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Now I can't tell. Sezzle. Who's the other one? Affirm. They were running up today. Again, MSTR is going. The ARM plays are up 500%. Like they actually went up after I sold. There's MSTR now breaking out. I don't think Bitcoin is. So yeah, MSTR lagged yesterday, but now it's leading Bitcoin. The Lockheed was on the watch list. Options to futures. It just depends on the environment. So you go with whatever makes the most sense for you. Lore. This thing's dumping. I don't know. It's already down 10, but it just took another $3 can. That's 5%. Am I tripping? Yeah, Lore, or whatever this is. LOAR, Fat Flush. It doesn't really look like it. Yeah, it's like $2-3 in one candle. That's like 5%, 4%. NVO moving. Again, they had some collaboration. Even Eli Lilly is up. Now Banks, Morgan Stanley, and the other ones are going. You got a 300 call on coin. You really just bought a membership to break the rules and get banned? That's crazy. So please read the rules, like I said. Otherwise, your $5 is a waste. We have rules. Good morning. Google. Yeah, Google's starting to run now. And then Celsius. You guys were calling that. And like I'm saying, Banks. And then as long as chips stay up, but if the chips fade and then any of this other stuff comes down, it's going to look very different. ARM? Yeah, bro, they went 500%. Dude, they just doubled up again. 600 almost. Jeez, bro. And then CoreWeave is still up. Intel, ain't no love. And then Google, that's actually getting aggressive. And remember, yesterday, people were watching that come back, or 2 days ago, after that big drop last week. Where's NVIDIA? Travel, Airbnb and Marriott. Yeah, again, Airbnb services. Wall Street didn't trip out on it yet. So I don't even know how I feel about it. Pizza's not moving. A&F on the high, even though American Eagle did bad on earnings. And then there's ARM now, so that one's money. Again, you could already make it free and ride the rest, but that's literally 500-600% now. And then Pinduoduo, I've been the China plays. By doing all of them are going nuts. And then they came down. Again, we haven't heard a lot about China intraday. Pen on the high. And there's SMCI. So watch out. If the chips give it all up, this is going to make today very choppy. But if they hold, it'll be great. Google might be NFL streaming news. And then Neuberger Berman announces $6 billion deal with PIF. Apple on the high. Apple's ripping now. Couple of prints. Again, Apple had both good and bad news this morning. Again, that one supplier guided down, so that wasn't good. But then all the other chips. Then Goldman, another bank. Now you got TTD. And like I'm saying, Apple's starting to wake up. Bitcoin dumping. Watch MSTR, because, yeah, Bitcoin was lagging. There you go. MSTR is coming down now. I thought that was interesting that they were leading. And now, again, ARM in any of those chip plays, though. But the MSTR premiums are going higher. Scammers. So even on that red candle, it's higher than the high. UAL on the high. Travel again. SPY going lower. All travel. Something's going on with travel. It could just be early part of the rotation, but Marriott, Airbnb, Hilton, and now airlines. And then SPY going lower. Yeah, Bitcoin just still near the lows pre-market. Equal weight is down. So yeah, this is what I'm telling you guys. It's a rotation. Equal weight is down almost 0.5%. SPY is still green. Dow is still green. Russell is down. NASDAQ's up. So yeah, you have more names going down. We'll get to the checkup in about 15 minutes, but yeah, that's why chips are holding you up. Again, airlines, and then CCL, everything in travel. So I don't know what it is, but there is a lot of travel movers right now. I don't know if there's going to be news later, but right off the jump, those are standing out very, very obvious. Almost as obvious as chips. Chips are just sexier. MSTR now, Bitcoin dumping. Yeah, Airbnb, Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, they're all going up. Airlines, CCL. Okay, Marvel and a couple of chips now on the lows. So there you go. We are coming back down. Oklo had earnings. ALK now, another airline. Oh, yeah, I think I got one. Okay, it's travel related. It's not news, but I'm watching even crazier moves now. Back in the chat, baby. Let's go. Well, long term. And make sure you read the rules. That is a good. Google back to open? No. Habibi. MVST. PGR and insurance names on the low. So again, see if travel just holds up. If this travel thing's fake, but I took a play on one of them. I found one. I took a lotto on a cheap one, but again, make sure cheap premiums. You know the vibe. Dude, Google is crazy. So again, we're getting these weird moves, but this is what I was telling you right when I started the stream. We have to be careful that today slows down. That is what you got to watch for. I'm not really worried about it going down. I'm more worried about it doing nothing. Because like I told you, these premiums, how they move this week, literally every day we're getting a 100%er, 1000%er. If we don't get any movement and you change the pace, all of this is going to get washed. So yeah, I hope you're prepared and let it save you money. But yeah, we'll see for any other things. But no, I genuinely believe the Fed comments do not matter. And I'm going to make sure people are aware of that. Because it's a different environment. We only cared about the Fed when shit was crazy later in the cycle, but we're going back to 2018 type beat where that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. And then be careful, you guys. I could already tell. I think it's because I hit so many this week that you stream alerts motherfuckers are getting really aggressive. So just be careful or you're going to get mad when one of these misses. They make you a lot when they hit, but I'm just telling you now, I'm watching Mania again. I could see it from my point of view. So be careful. I'm here to save you, not to hurt you. So don't let it hurt you, please. Yeah, just go cheap, but like I'm saying, you got to watch the amounts. That's all. It's easy to get caught up in it. That's all. Like I'm saying, you're a grown man. You'll figure it out, but here, heed the advice. Heed a good warning. Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's feeling it, but if this stops, that's a 7, baby. That's a 7. Well, again, I'm telling you now, whether you feel it or hear it, even by Monday, if the FOMO continues, you are going to hear Wall Street pump small cap laggers. That's it. They are pumping my strategy, but low quality. That's it. So remember how we spent the last 2 years just buying all the laggers? They're telling you to do that now if you have FOMO, but with small caps. So you're going to start hearing a lot of shitty plays, and you're going to see some crazy moves on them, and they're going to start playing Russian roulette with everybody. But you're going to start hearing that if there's more FOMO. So just be mindful. I'm telling you in advance. And you on the high. Didn't they have something? Keep an eye. You could keep an eye on IWM, but I think that information will help you to not fall for a trap. So that's all. Or if you are the type to fall for Wall Street's narrative and play the momentum and hype, you should just buy it now because they're going to pump it to you. So you get what I'm. So that's what I think that's how you use that info. But I wouldn't just watch the IWM. I would look, and you either decide not to play them or you're going to be the first one in them. So you got to make up your mind and choose your frustration now. That's it. That's the way I look at it. I still believe you should buy I believe you should buy quality laggers, not small cap laggers. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened at the beginning of the year. And we had some of the IWM pump, but I really think high quality. Don't let anybody tell you not to buy quality in the next 4 years. Even if you watch the market hit a new high and we go through mania again and you're like, oh my God, I hate you, Josh. You told me to be responsible and now I missed out for 6 months and now the next 6 years I'll be down. Oh, I hate you, Josh. Oh, and how dare you tell me to be careful? Oh, no, you told me not to buy a shitty cryptocurrency so because I'm young and I have a future. And oh, I hate you, Josh. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind because if that does happen, I still believe you should not buy small cap, low quality. High quality is what is going to make us a fuck ton of money in the long run. That's it. Let them trade their high quality for low quality. We only buy high quality. You only want good shit you know and use. You want shit that is 10 years it's been here. Next 10, 20 is going to be here. You want good profitability, good cash flow. I'm telling you, bro, those are money. So that's the irony is that people are going to tell you to buy the companies not making money that are lagging. But no, I think we should use this next half a decade to buy only quality that's lagging. Like Pepsi, let it lag. That's fine. But if it's good quality, that should be your primary focus. But again, as we get FOMO and prices moving a lot and people missing out, they're going to start hammering home small caps and they're going to run. And if they do run, that's on you. But don't get mad. But you should make up your mind. Have we missed the diamond? No diamonds. I pray. You have no idea. I'm waiting, baby. I'm ready. I don't know if it's here yet, but I'll know it when I see it. God willing, baby. Yeah, God willing. May the Lord guide us. I think it's wise to take profits, and some people will, but I'm just telling you market perspective. I'm mixing in everything right now. Macro, micro, options, equities. I'm just speed. That's all. If they pump fake us and slow it down, they're going to wipe all the premium. You need to be ready for that. That's it. And if you avoid that, you're going to get even richer. That's it. And then if we miss out, who gives a fuck? You're going to have another opportunity. And if you're scared of missing out, go get a cheap barbell to make sure you don't. That's it. But that's what I'm saying, though. We get ready. You better. I hope you enjoy listening to the stream because we might have to chill. And that's okay. But that's what's going to make us more deadly. If you could know when to not shoot and we strike at the right time, even better. But like I'm saying, just be careful of premiums today. Don't let me hold you back. I don't want to influence you. I'm trying to help you. But just don't let a premium get you. Don't be too jumpy. If we're not, this isn't crazy speed now. We need the panic. You need people go fumbling all over. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. That creates the opportunity. Right now, we're kind of just settling into it. Yeah, go on Redfin, find a property. Amen. Okay. Okay, bonds are going down. Like I told you guys, I think you have one more day left. You got pretty much one by Friday. We'll be back at the danger zone, and then we're going to play the freak out game again. But yeah, you guys are right when you see TLT. This is bad. Because once again, yes, the market can go up with high yields, but that's not going to last forever. You see what I'm saying? So eventually, if the TLT keeps going lower, yields keep climbing, stocks are eventually going to be like, yo, what the fuck? So just like I told you a couple days ago, we're there. The market had a lot of momentum. Now it's leveling out. But you're getting close there. Monster again on the high, I think. Or was that just the ETF? No, yeah, it was just the ETF one. Yeah, Celsius moved a lot. So you don't need to post your plays anymore. So thank you. But that's against the rules. I just want info. If you could pay the plug, sure. But that's it, you guys. But just make your money. Don't tell anybody. You don't have to flex anything. You don't have that responsibility. I'm sorry for ever putting it on you. You need to focus on your own personal goals and don't get involved in the social. But yeah, read the rules, please. Okay, Bitcoin again. Procter Gamble is weird. Why? Because all the other ones were down. Now Home Depot, a couple of staples are going. Now you got Monster, Walmart. What the fuck, Staples? Staples are going green now. Bro, pump fake. So whatever little mini rotation, it's flipping. President Donald Trump executive order on drug pricing threatens Roche's $50 billion investment in the United States, the company says. RHHBF. Intel, that Tesla. Intel. Woo! Well, I'm glad I got rid of those. I still had that other cheap one. But yeah, Intel again. You guys not realize it? I think it kind of makes sense. Why is Intel down right now? It's not that Wall Street hates Intel. It's just they're fucking up. Still, I mean, even fucking Liputan. I still think 2026, but what just happened? You don't know? Like, think about it. What happened in the last 24 hours? Bro, every chip company went to Saudi Arabia and announced a deal except for Intel. Chewy's on the high. Chewy, 2% pop. So think about that. And then Microsoft going, and then Procter Gamble and Staples. So literally everybody went, announced the deal, and then Intel is just, I even didn't hear shit. Yeah, Tim Cook wasn't there, so hopefully wherever Tim Cook was, Intel was there. But if not, then they just, right now, at least in the short term, it looks like they missed out. Some CX. Microsoft is running. Literally, that just woke up. But then, bro, a lot of pump fakes today. You watch Google rip out of nowhere, outperform, come right back down. Microsoft's doing it now. Staples dumped, and now they're running. So, yeah, you got to watch out for that. And Google's trying to come back up. And again, Mag 7 has been leading a lot so far, if you guys have not been aware, over this last little rally that we have gone through. Sats on the high. Oh, wasn't that the other one we had? MSTR did it. That's MSTR, but even bigger names and Staples as a whole are doing it. What's KWM? K-Wave Media. Trump live, he's not speaking though. Okay, well, we'll see what we get there. INT or whatever K-Wave is, that thing's going crazy. But yeah, I think Intel perception issue right now. Again, everyone's been worried about chips and AI, right? And then that deal yesterday was good. There was a lot of hype and people digested it and got really excited, especially with some of the other ones. But now Intel, Apple, and a few others, they just weren't there and they didn't announce anything. So they're kind of I think perceptionally, it just looks like they missed out. Oh, yeah, no, it is live. Yeah, Trump is live. They're signing these bills. No audio, though. This is so weird. There it is.
We will now witness the signing of a number of agreements in the field of defense between the State of Qatar and the United States of America, signed on behalf of the State of Qatar by His Excellency Sheikh Saud bin Abdurrahman bin Hassan Al Thani.
It might fade, but yeah, technically they're signing the Boeing agreement. And then Qatar just signed. Oh, no, that's different. Qatar just signed a different agreement. Qatar agreement to buy Boeing jets from U.S. I don't know if that'll fade or not because there's already that other news. You know what I'm saying?
Between the State of Qatar and the United States of America.
Why do they make it so quiet? I'm seeing it awkward.
Secondly, a letter of offer and acceptance for MQ-9B aircrafts.
Yeah, wait, I think it is old.
And a letter of offer and acceptance, FS Lids. Thank you. It is my honor to announce the signing of a joint declaration of cooperation between the State of Qatar and the United States of America. Signed on behalf of the State of Qatar by His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, and the Honorable Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
Thank you, Donald. Thank you, Donald. Wow, Donald, great president. Thank you, Donald. Shukran. Donald, man. Donald. This guy, Donald. Wow. Jake from State Farm. What up, baby? I like Jake too. Jake the farm from State, very good. And Donald. Donald and Jake, I like. Very good men. There's GME. And then TDS on the high. Like literally. Yeah, GME and Chewy. Chewy pop first.
The signing ceremony has now come to an end. And now, a joint statement from His Highness, the Emir, and the President.
Yeah, GME, big pop. 2%.
Thank you very much. We had a couple of hours of great meeting with the President, and we discussed many issues, our great bilateral relationship, and also the situation in the region. Of course, I think after signing these documents, we are going to another level of relationship between Qatar and the United States. So I just wanted to thank you, Mr. President, again for this historic visit. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you very much. And this has been a very interesting couple of hours. We discussed the world. We discussed Russia and Ukraine, where you've been a tremendous help in so many different ways. We certainly discussed Iran, where it's been really an interesting situation. I have a feeling it's going to work out. I think it's going to work. It's got to work out one way or the other. We know it's going to work out. But you were of great help, and other things. But in particular, trade. The trade is the. Kelly's telling me from Boeing, it's the largest order of jets in the history of Boeing. That's pretty good.
Okay, SPY coming down a little bit. He says he discussed Iran with Qatar.
Was that a
The Boeing premiums are lower than the first pop. There, now it's going.
Well, yeah, but you're right. It's actually 200, including the 40, so it's over 200 billion.
Yeah, it's way more.
But 160 in terms of the jets. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
so that's
what?
Record, Kelly.
It's over 200 billion. Buy them. Go.
Those planes out there.
Bro, that no, dude, what?
But I just want to thank you.
Go. I already grabbed them. I've been watching them.
Well, for you it was politics. For me it wasn't, right? But we've been friends for a long time, and this is an outstanding man. He's a great man, and we're going to help each other. The United States is in a very strong
Be careful,
position.
they're already
We
jacked.
have the best equipment anywhere
Dude,
in the world.
what? Bro, I just made like 2,000% off
I
that.
think we're going to see
Oh,
some
fuck.
of it in action tomorrow. At
Yeah, literally.
We won't call it an airfare, but it's going to be sort of an airfare. We're going to be.
All right, I'm making mine
It's
free.
gonna be incredible.
I'm going to keep a lot of them, though.
The latest and the greatest of our planes and just about everything else. So I think
Got
it's gonna be
him.
a lot of fun. And
Bro, I was staring at it.
I just wanna
No,
thank
because
you
I
for
put out the
that.
first stream alert. I said, hey,
Again,
that
long
Qatar
before
headline that I called out, I said,
any of
watch
this stuff, we
it.
just liked each
I
other.
didn't say a play because I was like, all right, just wait. And I just told you, I was like, bro, the premiums went lower. And I was looking at it, and then he said 200 billion. I said, what the fuck? I took those, bro. They went 20 cents to a couple dollars a pop. That was insane.
Along so well and like each
Now they're
other.
still holding the
So
dollar.
remind me
I already
a
made it
little
free.
bit of
Fuck
each other
that.
if you want another.
Got the first jump, baby.
Tall, handsome guys that happen to be very smart, but he's also a very special guy, and it's good to see all the relationships forming.
Over 160
The
Boeings.
Middle East is really being talked about all over the world, and we're having a lot to do with it. We're helping a lot, but
Illumina.
a tremendous
This is
job.
related to
So
China.
I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. I want to thank the media. The media has been very fair, actually, and
Wow.
it's a great honor to be with you. This is you take a
Yo,
look at this
Illumina.
room.
This could be
room is
related to
the
China.
real deal. That's called white marble.
ILMN.
It's very hard to buy. Believe me, I know very well because you try to buy it, and you can't buy it. And you just take a look at what you have here. It's been incredible what you've been able to build as a nation.
That's another one.
And we're with you all the way, and you know that.
Thank you. The ceremony has now come to.
That's it? Something's going on with Illumina. Again, they've had that, but it could be China. Peach already came in. Yeah, the Illumina's already went up to a couple 100%. And then we hit the Boeing, so now everybody listening, the second one, you guys usually spam the fuck out of the options, so be careful. Yeah, now it's already coming down. Think too much activity. I said it, though. The plays are already up 300%, so be careful. Yeah, that would too much. Again, it's going to be too much. I don't know about Intel. Watch Boeing, though. I still have a couple of those now. That was a hit. I can't believe that one. That was crazy. $200 billion. Okay, now Illumina's down. Oh, there you have it. So, yeah, watch out for that one. But that one just pump faked everybody. I think a lot too many calls. Again, and we don't have as much activity. So we're still just at VWAP. So be careful. Everything might just come back and fade. Trump says Qatar total Boeing largest in history.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سيدي
Spy coming back down. All right. Yeah, keep an eye on Illumina. That one's, again, just related to China, but they scammed you if you took them too high. If you bought them on the snake, you're break even. But Illumina, if you bought the top tick after getting hyped, you're already down. Oh, BBVA. Well, yeah, wait for that one. That one might get something. I've watched Illumina for a long time. I know they have China issues. Again, they are it's even a San Diego company. Boeing's back down now. Little scammers. But yeah, hopefully you made them free. And stop market ordering. FYI, I've seen it on these orders. Oh yeah, I need to tell you that. We'll go through it. I have a new tool. I found a new data tracker. So, and it's not ones you guys. It's not on Twitter. Because I know, are you is it from there? No, but I could track a lot of orders now a lot more effectively. So like everything, like I could pretty much monitor every routing, like every transaction. So that's gonna help us out a little bit on some of these. Okay, Tesla, SPY coming down. Illumina, honestly, I think that was just a little too crowded after the hype. I will get you a red-green count. Give me a sec. My mic is still tripping. Okay, bro, SPY's coming down. Again, Boeing and everything else has already just dropped. What happened? My computer's tripping. Are now share owners of Bebzi. Wow. Habibi. Wow, you guys have a Bebzi? Bebzi Cola? Habibi. This is amazing. Boeing went crazy, then came back down. But now the premiums are still juiced. That was insane. Premiums are still up a couple 100%, depending on where you got them. Bibsy John. Okay, SPY trying to work up. Speaking of Pepsi John. CFTC commissioner to join crypto lobbying group as CEO. Pizza. Down. NVIDIA, AMD, again, Intel still worked. Who else was there? Baidu and Baba. China plays, man. Today they gapped up, but then they calmed down. And then what time is it? 7:13. Let me get you the highs and lows. See what we got, boys. So you have Dow Jones, 11 green, 19 in the red. SPY 44 green, or NASDAQ 44 green, 57 red, so it's 50-50. And then SPY 130 green, 372 in the red. So you actually have more room to go up because you have so many names, literally 70% red. But yeah, like you could definitely get the vibe. It's half and half today. AXGN, Oxygen. You help my mom on paying off her house? Bro, good work. I love that, man. Good for you. Way to take care of the fam, bro. That's awesome. No way. See, that's a good one. Y'all don't feel me. Stop it. Got mom a house. Paid for. I love it, bro. Good work. Yeah, I like Pepsi, man. It's looking good. And SPY coming back down. Boeing's trying to climb back up. Oh, yeah. Pepsi's at 2019, 2020 lows now. It's been a long time. Does that go longer? How far back? Okay, Boeing again. RFK gonna get him delisted. Maybe. Oh, RFK, bro. It sucked. They just had a series of bad news. UNH going up. And then SPY down, Boeing up, Spotify on the high. You have names going. So this is just different. Just keep that in mind. You know, the little rotation from the morning still kind of in play. I mean, the NASDAQ is still green, and so is the Dow. Russell's down now almost 1%. And then SPY, equal weight got worked. And then the other SPY is just holding up. But it's still, it's barely red now. But yeah, you have a majority of names down today and other stuff moving. Nike now. So again, the laggers are still going, some of them. But once again now, I mean, way smaller moves than the other days. We've burned a little bit more than an hour, and now you still already pinned. This has been, what, 30, 40 minutes here? So Capital One on the low. Capital One flushing. If it goes to 115, it'll be a 5% dividend on Pepsi. Nice. China suspends export controls on over 28 U.S. entities. That's good. Again, this is all part of what we've been hearing with all these people. You know, again, the deal technically hasn't been papered, but both U.S. and China have already rolled back things, if you guys aren't aware. So, yeah, watch. China names moving now. Pinduoduo, JD. It's all small, though. Nothing big. Google moving up. HWM on the high. Eli Lilly going down. CRM now waking up. They've been kind of down. Actually, no, 1.8. Watch Oracle, too. So grateful to have found you when I did, baby. Can't be active, but I try to show love. Amen. Show love to your future self. The long term. That's it, baby. So amen. And I hope to see more long terms growing, and you guys, the long term will prevail. Indeed. We're waiting on EU next. That's going to be the next big one. But even then, it's still, you know, generally we're waiting for hard data or a structural shift, broadly speaking. Trump was just speaking. I don't see him yet, but maybe. Is RFK live? I think RFK is live, actually. Yeah, Boeing, it's not as much as the first pop, but yeah, they're climbing up. And the dollar's going up. Abivai on the low. Is this RFK? And Guild Healthcare now. Drug companies are going down. Yeah, Merck again. So yeah, that's what I see a lot of healthcare drug names on the low. That's just starting. And then those travel names held up, but nothing. We haven't heard anything except the Boeing. And then a little bit of China. MSTR still holding. ARM is still up. HIMS is now flushing. But just, honestly, it just moved a lot. It's not really anything crazy. So again, I think you could tie that to the healthcare theme. Dollar Tree on the high. Again, staples are hella weird. And some of the value cyclicals are just, it's odd. China suspends scraps on reliable list policies on some U.S. companies. So China's rolling back stuff again, even though we haven't done the other stuff. The Boeing call out, you're welcome, man. Thank you for following the rules. God bless America. Thank you to the veterans. You know, you thank me for the Boeing, but I thank the veterans. Amen. TLT danger level is the low of the year. You're already there. So like I said, you got like one more day. I've been saying 3 days ago. We had like 3 days. And don't hold that, like what I'm telling you with 3 days it's not permanent. All I'm saying is just eventually we hit that level, the momentum slows down once the bonds can go up with yields being high, but eventually it's going to start getting in the way. And is that NVIDIA? Okay, Google again. You guys called that one out. I think NVIDIA's dropping. Google on the high. Yeah, NVIDIA's going down. Still green. China suspends scraps unreliable export controls on over 28 entities. That's coming out again. Bro, all the healthcare. But yeah, Merck especially. They had big moves. ON now. Remember, these were the plays from even yesterday, like the China ones. Remember, there's a 1 cent ONON one. Okay, airlines again. No, not all of them. Only some. Yeah, it's very odd. Is Airbnb still up? Oh, DVR's on? I forgot. Turn it off. Yeah, refresh. NVO, yeah. Because NVO lagged the other days where the other healthcares did good. NVO did bad and then vice versa. But they might go red right now. Eli Lilly was dumping. Yeah, and XLV is just dying the last like 30 minutes. Okay, Boeing's still up, slowly climbing. Then you got the Dabe. And Walmart. Remember, they have earnings tomorrow. Again, Nike, ONON. We saw this yesterday, too. But the retailers and laggers and China, America companies, they're all still kind of moving. Nike's down, though. Some of them are green. Okay, there's Southwest now. Another airline. Fox Business, trade tariff deals with Japan and South Korea said to be close, according to Wall Street correspondents. Timing unclear. India deal as well has been throttled by tensions with Pakistan. I think that's Gasparino. So pretty much Gasparino is pumping trade deal with Japan and South Korea because we all forgot about that. But yeah, Gasparino, just be careful. Usman. Zayek Habibi. Trump said the stock market will be a lot higher yesterday. So low key, he said 2 comments like that in the last, since Thursday till today. But nothing today, but yesterday he did. He did make a comment about stocks going much higher. He said that during the Saudi announcement. Yeah, ONON, Nike, Southwest. See, I think it's bullshit if it's Gasparino, but literally, mother effers might start pumping another trade deal. China, South Korea, India, or Japan, South Korea, India. Okay, there's Apple, more airlines. Apple's breaking out now. And then you were at VWAP. It has gone up every time he has said that, yes. We talked about it yesterday. He's just coming in with like crazy momentum. Like that's it. Like Trump, Trump knows, or somebody does. Scott Bessent probably, I think, is guiding him because these motherfuckers know the market. Because he's not letting it up with news. Do you understand? Right when you think it's over, and he's not even giving the market time to digest it. He's like, I got another one next when I come back. When I get back off the plane, I'll have another one. I have another unannounced meeting. Oh, you forgot about the other deal. Maybe I'll have another headline. Who knows? We'll find out. So yeah, just he's hitting the news flow. He is one after the next. So until that stops, I mean, it's gonna kind of feel hectic in a weird way. But that's why I'm saying days like today with no data, let's see if we slow down or not, and what happens with it. Well, I'll tell you, whatever you heard me just say, don't be foolish and think that that is a political bias. Because I don't mean that in like a good way or a bad way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you that Trump admin is very well aware of the news flow and like the dynamic. Because even when it's bad, that's what still causes the panic and movement. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be just like, oh, he's only dropping bangers. No, it's like he's constantly just moving the narrative and getting you feeding the machine info constantly, good and bad. It's starting. It caught, the wheel keeps spinning. Oh, we got this. Oh, what about this? It just keeps spinning. It's not lagging. It's not stalling out. It's just pressure. So that's what I'm referring to. You're already seeing animal spirit articles. Well, I'll give it to everybody here now. How many of you guys are here? Just under 6? Well, God bless you and thank you all. And thank you to the members, bro. Hey, man. So I'll give you this. This was on the watch list yesterday. This is how you know everybody is caving. I'll show you. Hold on. I don't have thumbnails anymore, so I got to go through. This is scary because you had everybody on Wall Street. They were talking 08, 1929, the bubble, the financial crisis, the East Asian financial crisis. Oh, right? So this is how bad the FOMO's gotten. Now they're breaking out rallies, like gigantic rallies before volatility, aka 1997. So in 1997, you had a similar move where stocks rocketed up. Then the first couple months they died down and it was bad. And then before you knew it, everybody got caught off guard and got fucking clapped. And then that led into 2 years of everybody chasing and then the big pop. But now they're comparing it to that. Because look, the blue line is 1997. This is where we are right now. And now people went from comparing the other ones, but now you're like, oh shit, what if you get a move like this, it's going to be painful. I hope you realize that. A 1997 rally will be very painful for a lot of people, even if it goes straight up. Because like I told you, banks are under position. Some retail is under position. I mean, again, I made my liberal sister 20% this year, and she wanted to sell before, and she wanted to not add. So if you have a rally of this nature like 1997, it's painful. It's not, believe me. Some of you celebrating now, you're going to love it, and then here you're going to be like, nah, I'm a genius. It's too high. I'm going to sell out. And then it's going to go up another 15%. And then you're going to get pissed. And then FOMO. And then you'll get chopped up. And then everyone will get, it's painful. So yeah, like I'm telling you, yeah, that's what it is. How can we go up if nobody is buying? Well, under positioning is one reason. And supply demand. But I'll give you a better topic. And this is how you know things are complex. I will answer your question with 3 letters. UUP, or formerly to some known as DXY. That is your answer. You're buying, don't buy. Any information I give you, if it FOMOs you, you're doing it wrong. My information calms me down. You know that? Because I don't feel confused. Like I said yesterday, I'll say it again. The only thing that's going to kill you in this market is certainty. Make no mistake, Chads. That's it. You're certain about the crash, you're going to get washed. You're certain about the rally, you're going to get washed. You just approach everything with humility. Be humble. Have ideas. Don't be afraid to think for yourself. But you have to have multiple options. You know, what if it doesn't work? What if I do see good and I do see this happening, but just in case, I'm going to go smaller or I'll go with sizing. You see what I'm saying? Certainty is the only thing that's going to kill you. Yeah, stay nimble. Don't be a victim to your own words. That's why you don't notice why motherfuckers keep asking me the same question. Why, if I make one little comment, they will focus on bear market rally and not the fact that we bought the dip, called the Mag 7, lagging, leading, China, and everything else between, and Euro front run, yeah, right? But they hear bear market rally, right? Why? Because they want you to be a victim of your words. Don't do that. That's why I'm telling you now, stop saying shit. Stop thinking and stop being so, oh yeah, this is going to happen. Because then when something is different a month from now, you have to battle your own words and what you said rather than just responding and making money. Yes or no? That's why I'm telling you. Who cares? Certainty is the only thing that's going to kill you. No, the guy's certain of the upside, the downside. Hey, you're certain. Oh, but you said, I say shit, fuck that, buy. Let the money talk. That's it, but don't get caught up in it and be careful. And be careful of jumping to a conclusion because you might have to test that conclusion in a month or two. And then that's going to slow you down or make it harder because now you're fighting other things and not the complex situation at hand. So I hope this helps you. And nothing I show you should make you FOMO or scare you. It should help you. Information is good if it's good info, but you can't be certain. I know all of this stuff, and we're making some good moves, but I'm not doing it claiming, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on. No, I'm buying and I'm like, hey, I have no idea what's going on. I have to buy though. I have no idea, but this is an opportunity. We're not going to know the future. Nobody will stop this cat, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we don't need to be certain. Certain has not given us anything good. So just find a way to survive and manage without being overexposed in either direction. And that way you're going to be good. Yeah, oil numbers just came out. -3.1. Estimate was gain of 120,000. But spies have VWAP, Ford going up. Again, some travel plays. Boeing still up. Let me see what that one was. Core Weave moving too, and Walmart. LX on the high. Okay, SPY, highest you've been in like an hour. Ford is climbing. Again, autos. It's actually the only one. And then ONON, the Nike, US, China plays. So yeah, but again, Ford, GM's not moving. There kind of is, but Ford is really kind of doing its own thing, even though they're matched up to say. We don't have Powell today. Powell's tomorrow. I don't know why Ford's going up. That's what I was saying. It's standing out. But today's fucking weird already. I'm good. We had this idea from the morning, though. Literally, within a minute, I'm already cautioning you guys on the Pledge of Allegiance. But there's a lot of pump fakes. We've seen staples, travel, now autos, even a little bit of big tech. So I can't really get a read. You have more names down than up. But other than that, we're still kind of working through. I don't know if we're going to hear from Trump. Pizza. It won't move. Well, again, it went up like 7 days in a row. Yeah, Bloomberg's talking about travelers searching for flight deals. Well, they're talking airlines, but I don't know what it is. All right. VWAP and dance. That's it, man. Y'all better get ready. So I think we're going to need, so far, though, it has been an hour. We haven't gone past 1%. We just got to wait till something happens. But I think everything's going to be trappy for now. Give it a couple more hours. But so far, that idea is helping. I still made some plays. I mean, we got the Boeing, and then I took one of the airline plays, and then I sold ARM. But I have one more free one. That's it. I want to make another play. I have an idea, but I don't like the market. UNH. Well, SPY's moving again. Watch bonds. You're getting close to that. Nice. Nike. Now Lulu. They're all doing it. Oil's going up too. Again, Nike, ONON, retail, China exposure. They're all moving. They've been moving. XLVs is getting washed. Tell me if it bounces, but otherwise I'm going to assume it's dying. Yeah, that's been like that for the last hour or so. That's one area. I don't think that's a pump fake anymore. It might be able to bounce, but that's just going straight down. If we go low, no, I think if we go lower, TLT will pump. But just give it, like I said, be patient. You guys know what to watch for. It's at the danger zone. You know it, and you've seen this happen 3 or 4 times. So it's just going to play out the same way. If it breaks, then the rally will stop. It might go up a little bit, but once the yields, again, 475 and then 5, you're going to run into those problems, and then it'll reverse. But if it bounces from here and then markets adjust, then there's no point in giving it any energy. But if it does break, we're just watching now for the point that this stops everybody. Because, again, the yields will climb, and before you know it, they're telling you, buy the laggers, oh, my God, FOMO. Then they're going to be like, oh, my gosh, the 10 years at 5. And then that's going to switch the narrative again. Bro, Reddit, big pop. It's up 7 today, but now continuing. Bros, too, I think. Yeah, Reddit's looking great. Yeah, they're still talking the Boeing news. Chewy, that one's still climbing. Again, we saw that. Spy at VWAP just dancing around, and Google is ripping. Boeing might break out here. Again, Boeing's already insane. Remember, 207's the level. Then it's like 213, 220. But yeah, the Boeing news is $200 billion is insane. That's why. The way it played out was hilarious. Because I got the headline about the Qatar order, and I read it. I was like, oh, is that new, old? And I started looking at him. I put out a stream alert. Then he's signing, and he's like, oh, it was 200 billion. I think the biggest order ever. And then that made it go crazy. So it was a nice 2,000%er there for a little bit. If you took it, I took 1,000%, but it was nuts. And now they leveled out, still holding up a couple hundred. Actually, only 100 now. It's kind of calmed down. Kennedy says opinions about vaccines are irrelevant. Does not think people should take medical advice from him. Nice. All right, RFK. You haven't missed much. There was Boeing in the signing, and that was about it. Chips went really insane in the morning, kind of calmed down, but generally, we are watching out for panic dying today. We need up or downside panic. Otherwise, just watch out for the premium kill. FK. I know, see, the defense stocks are like that. They just don't move a lot unless it's like big events, and then it's kind of a liquid. Yo, oil dumping. Whoa, yo, there might be a deal. That's weird. Watch for China news or Japan. Oil should not be dumping like that. Again, oil dump usually means economies are going to be running it up. Oh, there's a lot of pump fakes. Oil. I'm watching. I have contracts ready to go. Don't take them yet, but wait. Yeah, that's a weird ass. It's only 50 cents though. Hold on. See if any foreign place moves. If you have oil down and foreign plays moving, you're going to get a little bit. But no, China should go up. And then Argentina is getting clapped. Yeah, K-Web's going down. Where's the other one? No. Might be bad. No, it's going to be bad news probably. No, we already had the oil inventory numbers. That's what I'm saying. But then it's within 5 minutes. Honestly, I think it's fake. I would lean towards negative if it is something, but I think it is 5 minutes after the data. But watch, big enough, if you get a fat candle on oil up or down, you could use that to assume there might be some numbers coming out or data. And then again, a couple random ones moving, but it's not enough. That's why I have contracts on watch. The premiums just, they danced around. Then banks, but yeah, watch if oil continues and then watch for that. Otherwise, I think it was fake. I think I'm a little too locked in. Yeah, nothing else moved on it. But then oil just smacked down 75 cents. Nvidia going up. Low ticker is more active. Eli Lilly again, more of the health cares. U.S. Speaker Johnson on SALT, confident we'll be able to work out a compromise. Again, banks on the high. I&M, you got a small cap pharma. Yeah, the Boeings they're just killing the premiums after that big ass move. Good morning, Mr. La Rosa. DV, that's energy. Or no, I'm thinking Dominion. Apple, yeah, we already hit Apple this week. So I hit a couple hundred, but we bought the dip last week on it. I took a wash on one of them, so I lost like 100 on that one, but then the other ones hit a couple 100%. So I think Apple's good value to trade, but it's already kind of made the move. I think you need panic. That's it. Once the panic comes back up or down, we're going to get good plays. Otherwise, you need to recognize and we need to learn to spot the days it doesn't, and that's just going to save all your money. Like today. You know, I still did make a couple of plays, but I am more, again, I took profits, and then one of them was that Boeing 1,000%er. Make VIX. Well, no, it's just panic. Because even without the VIX, that's what I'm saying. I hope you guys feel me. Do you not realize we panicked to the upside? That's why all the plays kept hitting. So it chopped for here, right? But even a little bit of here, but like this last 3 days was panic to the upside. People panicked as it began to cause FOMO and move up and go green. And they're like, oh shit, I don't have anything. Oh shit. Wait, maybe it's not a bear market. Oh wait, what about this? Oh wait, maybe it's not a bear market rally. Oh, this, and then they're going up, but it was a panic. It was a panic to the upside. So that's what I'm saying. If now we're not getting momentum, nothing's changing, people have time to like think and calm down, the premiums aren't going to be moving how they were. So that's why I'm saying, like, if the panic zones have been giving us a lot of opportunity. And then right when it stabilizes, that's where they will rake in the chips, and then we lose. So red light, green light, get used to that, we'll be good. Yeah, and just focus on the long term too, because if this trading is too much for you, and I understand why. I mean, again, I think you guys should trade with a small amount of money, and you should just have way more on the long term. But like I said, the long term is amazing. Actually, oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. I might do it. Can I rant about the long term? Would you guys mind? Can this be, because I have it in me. Can I rant about it? Please? Can I inspire you for the long term? All of you? No, for real. I got something to show you. I showed it on the watch list last night. And this is what I'm saying. I would love to help you guys trading. What you got to do is you got to have a good balance, though. You got to budget. You got to use a small amount of money and be okay with that. If you could do that, you got a trading career in your future. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not doing long term, and you know what I'm saying, you know how many people ask, again, I've hit 1,000%er every day this week. Every day. And people are like, whoa, show me the play. And they want me to show them the play so they could learn from it. And I get that. But you got to, listen, if you go to, and you see the long term, and you're watching us outperform in one of the hardest markets, and you're like, oh yeah, teach me how to gamble. And the question is not teach me how I could get a house and a guaranteed outperformance in the hardest market. You're blinded by the gains. You see what I'm saying? Because even one of them has good gains, but you're seeing only the quick money. So my brother, long-term first. You get the long-term, you save your 10%, you build the long-term, and then you have a strict budget for trading. But long-term first, you're gonna walk away richer by finding the stock market. If you don't, and you put trading first, and don't think about the long-term, you will lose a lot of money. And that's not a disclaimer. That's reality. Do you understand? All I'm saying, there's an order of operations. You need to learn to value the foundation. That's your guys' problems if you haven't got it yet. No shame to you. I'm not being mean to you guys. I say this as somebody who genuinely wants to help. I will not ask you for anything. Again, any of our paywalls are as a result of people bullshitting with me for half a decade, and they still don't have what I've been trying to help them with. And they got in the way, and they joke around, they make fun of my beliefs, they get in your way, and they confuse you. I don't want that. But I'm saying, so if you don't like what I'm saying, my brother, I don't want anything from you. I genuinely want you to walk away with the long term. So, like I'm saying, trading will come second. And once you're willing to put trading second, it'll fall in your lap. But you have to look first long term and building that. And if you have that order of operations down, you're going to do well. You're going to do very well. But if not, it's, again, like I'm saying, the people who are blinded by the money and they want to see the gains and the options first, that's what's getting in your way. So once you do that and we get a strict budget for trading, you're going to watch how good it is. But even then, trading is going to require discipline. But the long-term discipline must happen first. You cannot tell me you want to learn all this stuff from me and you're like, wow, you know how did you do that? You need to learn the long-term first. That's it. That's all we got to do. And then, again, the other stuff will come its way. You got me? That's all. So that being said now, here's what I wanted to show you. Reddit's still going up. And Take Two now. What up, GTA? 30K. Any amount is good, you guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I have said it. You work at McDonald's, I can make you a millionaire. Will it take 10 years? Yeah. Will it require $200, $300 a month? And will it require a little by little? And then you're going to be forced to have discipline and even get into real estate. And you're going to have to do stuff to get there. But I'm telling you, some of these examples that we have already built in just 5 years, some with less, it's showing what I'm telling you. And some of you have already done this. Coinbase CEO on CNBC. I'll play it after this, but this is Colt's sister. This is the one I made for my sister. In this account, I haven't really hyped it up, but I should. You know why? This is the most hype out of all of them. It's at $14,000. How this account started, Colt's my sister. She's known me my whole life. Not once has she ever wanted to invest or do anything, like literally. It's actually insane. She's asked me to buy her houses and pay her student loans. Never has she wanted to invest. But then in 2022, it was like the high in Joe Biden and inflation. You know, she was like, yeah, I want to invest now, brother. Okay, it's time. You're right. So I told her what I tell you. I don't tell you guys stuff. I tell you exactly what I would tell my own family. Y'all don't get it. Some of you don't get it. Some of you don't yet. I would tell my own family the same exact things I tell you. I said, okay, $200 a month. Save it. Google's ripping still, bro. Don't act surprised. You've been hearing that once every 10 minutes. But yeah, it's up 2A now. Russian Lavrov will not take part in talks in Istanbul. Her initial investment was $500. She took $500 and then added $200 a month. But now here's the funny part. So she started with the $200, and then the market went down. And what do you think she did after she started, insisted at only beginning at all-time highs? Then the market goes down. What do you think she did at the lows? She quit. She stopped buying. She said, I don't want to buy anymore. It's been 6 months. I only lose money. This isn't way. I knew it was a scam. So she said, no, I don't buy anything you buy. I said, okay. She stopped buying. She kept adding, I think she even paused the deposits for a little. There was a little bit of cash. And she missed out on my Meta. She missed out on a lot of big purchases that we had. She still got Netflix and a couple of others, but she missed out now because of fear. Insisted on starting at the high. After it went down, she did not stick to the plan. Still got her some other stuff, and then she's like, yeah, this is useless. And then I kept buying some other stuff for her, and I told her, and then she's like, okay, I'm kind of down again. And long story short, this account still has similar results to all the other ones. You guys don't realize it yet? She didn't raise her deposit ever. This account is $2,400 a year max of deposits. Never raised it. Started at the worst time. Quit and broke the rules. Thank God all she did was the bare minimum. Because doing the bare minimum, she still outperformed, and now she still has a down payment. Again, $2,400 a year, $200 a month. That is 10% of $24,000 of income a year. You realize that, right? That is part-time, less than McDonald's employees. And this is what you would have if you just did the bare minimum and saved 10% and then invested it and let it grow. She almost sold at the lows. She wanted to sell at the lows this year. And I told her, no. That's the irony, too, is not only did all of that play out in the and again, that account has half the time. All our other accounts had an extra 2-3 years. This account has half the time, and it still looks like all of them. So you guys aren't too late, but you got to play the game. And again, most people make the same mistakes. My sister, starting at the highs, quitting when it gets bad, not saving more and raising deposits. And then again, the last drop, she texted me. She wanted to stop adding to her 401k. I said, look it. She's literally made 30% since then. Yeah, bro, it's wicked. But yeah, man, I love this. I love this account. And I hope this inspires you. And I think a lot of people, you on the watch list last night, I think that account helped you click. Because for real, bro, that account has less time, made the mistakes, still did so many things wrong, but doing the bare minimum and staying in the game, you guys. Again, that account has you're walking away, keeping something. I don't care how much money you fucking made. Oh, you could have made this much doing. Go do it then and keep it. Show me what you have. Not what you can. Oh, I could do this. I could do this. Oh, I made more. Okay, show me what you have then. I am talking about making money, keeping it, and growing it, and still having it after one of the hardest decades in the world. Sounds like you hate to love your sister. No, I love her. I love my sister. What do you mean? It's my sister. I forgive her for everything. Will I waste my energy and time with her little weird political discussions? I will not. Do I want to conversate with her on useless stuff? No. But I love my sister, and I'll take care of her, as you all should. And you should all take care of your families and try to, even if they do you wrong and even if they disagree. But I do me. I don't, but yeah, it's not, I wish the best for her, but at the end of the day, like I've seen and I've realized it with a lot of people, there's just some people in life where they will never do something unless you do it for them, and especially with investing. And that's what I've learned. And that's why I am trying to push as many of you as possible to become a doer and become somebody who acts in action. You know, like I said earlier, so many people in social media and the financial media, they want to play a game of words. And they want you to focus on the words. And look, he said that. He said that. No, I want you to focus on the action and focus on the inaction. Because while you may try to have a prisoner of words, I see their inaction. And that's glaring. I see their action at the wrong time. That's glaring. So you should be more focused on action and no action rather than even the words. And like I'm saying, be a doer and just get out there. And like I'm saying, little by little, don't despise the days of small beginnings. It all seems like it's nothing. Seems like you're wasting your time, but nah, bro. Action. You're doing action every day of your life, every month of your life. You're saving. You know what I'm saying? So you're making moves, bro. And the more you make moves and get used to that, that's a good thing. And that's what life is, man. So keep doing that. Yeah, thank you for that dono, too. I missed that. I missed those 10. I was in the middle of the long-term rant. Amen. It's no, the website is Slick Charts. Slick Charts year to date. It's on the Watchlist link of that video when I made it. Josh is God. Hail Josh. May the Lord rebuke you. I am dust, my friends. I am dust. And I love it too. You know that? I don't even want to be God. I want to be God's servant, and I am so happy. You know that? For real, bro. Like, I am nothing. We are nothing, dude. We are blessed. The fact that we even have the opportunities to even experience oxygen and life. Oh, yeah, but may the Lord rebuke you. I am not, no. And I hope you see yourself for what it is and focus on God, not man. Man is terrible. That's why I'm terrible. I know it. That's amen, bro. Honestly, you know what? Never mind. I might as well try it. You think I'm God? Give me all your money right now. I command you. Let's see, Chad. Just put it to the test. How much money you got? I want all of it as a commandment. Let's go. I'll send you the wiring. I'm the Lord, but I still got to use ACH. So that's it. You think I'm the Lord? Then I command all of your monetary possessions. For it is a narrow road. And to seek the kingdom, you must let go of it all. So I will give you that. I'll give you the routing number. ACH only, yeah. It's something. It's heaven, and then how we connect the finance. It's weird. ACH is still, unfortunately, it's a top tier system to transfer money between spiritual realms. It still takes 3 to 5 business days, but still, I do have long-term videos. I made an update. Literally, my latest video on the trading fraternity is about that. That's why the watch list is on this channel now. So, yeah, it'll be easy for the long-term videos on the other one. So, yeah, the latest video on the trading fraternity, I'm talking about stagflation. Still you worship Josh? No, you're a false follower. I reject you then. That's it. You've been rejected by your God because you did not give me all your money. So, no. How dare you? How dare you? Now I have to ban you from the chat after you paid me. You see? Because you're playing with the Lord's name. Stop. But thank you for the money. Thank you. TSN. The LT has all my money. Good. Save, baby. Save. And grow it. But yeah, I hope Cold Sisters long-term inspired you. Because for real, I think some of y'all, like I'm saying, you still do have time. But you learn from the past mistakes and be wise. Oh, I forgot about eToro IPO. You know, I've known about eToro since I was a kid. But we'll see if it meets IPO criteria. Hyperion. Yeah, amen. And guys, too. So I will be unbanning everybody in June. But I've said it multiple times. I think some of you have made the grave mistake of thinking I'm going to unban you again. So if you have been already banned, you're not getting unbanned. Just as a note. And so, yeah, just don't forget that. So don't take, just because I'm going to unban you doesn't mean, you know, some of you, if I remember the name and you're harassing the email and everything and you're not really even seeing the problem and think it's just a game, yeah, we're not going to deal with it. So get a long term and either follow the rules or you don't even have to follow anything social. Just make some money, baby. Get the long term and lock in. But I need to go to the bathroom now. So follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Market hasn't moved, but maybe it moves when I leave. So we'll see.
Will be any relaxation of restrictions when it comes to China, especially not in the wake of DeepSeek's breakthrough. We did see just about a month ago the Trump administration moved to bar NVIDIA from selling its H20 chip to China. This is a device that was designed for the Chinese market, and that is out of concern that the startups in China could use this chip as part of the inference model that could achieve AI breakthroughs. And the same thing applies to AMD's MI308 chip. So we are not seeing any relaxation of standards there. And while the administration is moving away from the AI diffusion rule, which set up, as you remember, Ed, these three broad tiers of countries governing their ability and their access to buy AI chips from AMD and from NVIDIA especially, they are replacing it with something else. And this will be, we expect, a more bilateral approach, that each nation would forge its own agreement with the U.S. and achieve some sort of security understanding whereby China would be prevented from acquiring the technology either physically or perhaps via the cloud. They would need to show security arrangements and standards before they'd be able to get through the door and acquire those chips, Ed.
The state of play of the last 24 hours is NVIDIA, the most important U.S. technology company right now, has a deal with Saudi Arabia. AMD has a deal with Saudi Arabia. But in terms of what comes next, you alluded to it, we expect bilateral agreements between the United States, Saudi Arabia, and potentially the UAE at a nation-to-nation level.
Well, that's right. And we were expecting to see some of that even during this trip. The president is still in the region. He has left Riyadh. He's in Qatar right now, accepting the perhaps new Air Force One that we've heard about so much this week. And then his next stop will be in the United Arab Emirates. And they also have a huge stake in the AI game. And they have, like Saudi Arabia, big ambitions in this area. Their G42 company is really looking to leave a mark in the region. And one deal that our colleague Mackenzie Hawkins broke the news on would be perhaps allowing G42 to buy hundreds of thousands of these AI processors from NVIDIA over the next several years. And that would be a key breakthrough for the company and for the Emirate, which has these ambitions of expanding.
I didn't really leave. I just wanted to see if it would move if I said I was going to leave. It did. Dude, I got the power. Woo! What is it, bro? This is getting, even I believe it now, bro. You know that now, I don't know, this year, that's always been a joke in cult history, but nah, man, this year, bro, every single time I say I'm leaving, you're getting one of the biggest moves of the day. So there's still a little panic out there, I feel like. Oh, yeah. Well, again, nothing on that drop. No news, no nothing. I mean, the news is Josh went to the bathroom for the first time of the day, and now call premiums have been slashed by 70%. Yeah, man. Individuals are holding up. But I was still looking at this SPY from that last one. That's hilarious. Well, stop leaving. Well, either way, you know, just from now on, I might not leave, even if I say I'm leaving, okay? So, sorry, Algos and everyone else, but yeah, because I didn't leave. I just wanted to see. And then it ends, yeah. Tesla's Shanghai exported nearly 30,000 Model 3 and Model Ys in April. Highest market volume in the last 12 months. All right, everything's coming down. Nothing off of that. I do think that little oil move early, but then again, you do have a lot of there's just a lot of pump fakes, and then equal weight. Everything is down. So look at the scoreboard. Everything's only a quarter. Russell's doing really bad, but then the equal weight has just way more names trading lower. I mean, you could try to go for a call. I think you're going to get washed. It's too hard right now. There's no panic. That's what I'm saying. I went to the bathroom, and that's the biggest move of the day. It's going to go lower and higher just to wash it. You might have a window where you can make 10, 20%, but I don't think there's going to be any follow through. We need panic. Like I said this right in the morning. I hope it saved you guys money because that's the goal. Like I'm saying, the goal, you guys, I want you to be good. You see what I'm saying? We're going to dodge bullets. You're going to hit at the right time, but you got to save that money. You got to make sure because this is bullshit. So we got to get, that's why I really hope you like listening to me, and I hope I can make it entertaining to a degree because, yeah, bro, you better get used to chilling some of these days. And if you can't get used to chilling, you're going to pay for it. You're better off just giving me your money. Otherwise, save it, wait, and let it materialize. But the real big trading opportunities, these options, 1,000% a day, it happens with panic and prices and people trying to figure it out, not when it's calm, not when it's chilled out. Yeah, a lot of healthcare. Airlines are going down now, some more than others, but we haven't heard anything on that. Boeing came back down. Listen and take profits, baby. Hey, man, that's it. Just chill. Chill. Everything red. Well, NASDAQ is green. Equal weight is bad, but like I'm saying, I do think there's a lot of rotation going on. Okay. You're going right back up. No headline. Just watch oil and then watch dollar, any of the broader factors, or a headline. But I don't think we have anybody yet. I don't know if Donald Trump is going to come back on. But it's already 8. So we're 20 minutes out? RFK is still at his hearing. Kristi Noem and dude, there's like 3 different hearings going on right now. You have budget hearing on transportation, ICE testifying with Kristi Noem, and then RFK on health budget. Okay, and then that SPY going up. Like I'm saying there, look at the calls. Go, whoever was asking, go look. Because you'll see, unless you bottom ticked it, then if you waited for a green candle to buy, even if you bottom ticked it, you might not have made as much. Like, look at the premiums. That's why I'm saying it's slow. Yeah, big drop down, but then if there's no follow through and it bounces up slowly, you're in the same spot. To the Giga Jab that gifted me a membership. Thank you. Hey, man, thank him or her. I love it. Spy options. I haven't done them lately, but I different tools, different times has been the answer. But yeah, something's working for me, so I'm gonna keep running that. But I think right now the big thing is just noticing the speed. Yeah, SPX, not SPY. I'm very well aware. They settle in cash. So, but yeah, speed is, I think, the number one priority. Everyone's asking me about the tool and why I do this or why I don't do that. But you just got to recognize the velocity and know if there's that panic and then tie it into our info. You're going to be good, and however you want to go about it. But different opportunities will warrant different vehicles. But for now, I think as long as you have options with the right velocity, it's money. But if not, even futures without velocity is terrible. Or SPX, it doesn't really matter. So until we get that, that's kind of what I'm prioritizing and looking for. We have a bunch of old training videos. Yeah, a lot of tutorials on the main channel. Check the description of this video. I think they're there. I might need to add them back. I don't think Fed speaker. Even then, the Fed, I seen it more and more, and I encourage you all. I would react way less to any Fed speaker not named Jerome Powell. I said this months ago, but we're going back to that 2018 market. Remember, prior to COVID, none of you ever cared what any Fed speaker said. That's it. We never, and especially as of late, the difference in opinions, all that matters is Jerome Powell, because he is going to be the deciding vote on everything. He is the guy, and he is the one handling the heat, doing it all, the one with the president, all of it, Besant. So at this point, the other Fed guys, they had their run, but I think we're going back to the OG days of who gives a shit what they say. They're not the decision maker. Like, let me talk to your boss. You get what you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell me whatever you want. Can I speak to your supervisor? Thank you. Transfer me. Okay, that's all good and all, but supervisor, thank you. You got to be a little Karen with the Fed now. So, yeah. Big greens on Intel? I hope. It's been mollywopped. A little bit, but not like a news candle yet. And then Wings is up. Care more if they're voters? No. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter if they're voters. It literally has zero relevance, because the way it's been for the last 5 years, they all agree, and then Powell is the tiebreaker. It's Powell. No matter what, Powell is the head honcho. He is the face of the Fed. So I don't even think they matter. Again, back in the day, I don't know if you guys could recall, but nobody ever cared about a regional Fed governor talking about the economy. Yeah, you might get some info, but back during the banking crisis, 2021, 2022, after Jackson Hole, everybody was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And we were very panicky, but this time around, I think it is a little different. They had regarding changes to the Fed speaks, never had follow through. Yeah. Elon meets with Qatar Investment Authority chairman. So be careful. There could be headlines. Again, that's how the Boeing thing played out. Disney on the high. Disney kind of going vertical, but literally almost up $1, 10 minutes. It just looks vertical, but kind of slow. Read it all day. It's up another $5 since the last call out. Pepsi looks good. Well, make your mind up. Stop talking about it. That's it. That's it. Decide what you're comfortable with. Choose your frustration. So if Pepsi bounces tomorrow 10%, are you going to be pissed? Or can you live with it? If you can't live with it, you know what to do. But if you're like, I want it lower, and even if it doesn't, if it bounces and I don't get it lower, my strategy and plan still works. So that's it. I'd make up that decision now, so that way you don't even, and that's it. And then your words, you don't have to keep talking about it and let that kind of, confuse you or give you emotion. Can you live with it or not? If you want a lower price, can you live with waiting, and can you live with missing it? If you can, wait. If not, and you're like, nah, this is good. It's a good anchor. I don't have as much quality. I need it there. Then yeah, and okay, I would be a little bothered if it went up. That would, be that opportunity. Then you could start, and then yeah, not lever, but control the lever, control the amount, and that's another way to go about that effectively. Again, pizza. That's what I said is like wild, because you guys don't think it's crazy that I spent the whole year not buying anything, and then I buy right at the last minute. But do you know what was crazier? I did it 2 days in a row. Remember? I went from buying and I was like, oh, I feel bad. And then the next trading day, I'm buying again, 2 days in a row. But what I did with pizza, I went smaller. See what I'm saying? Because I was like, if it did go up again, like the rumor in the first time, I would be a little bothered. Because I was like, that's a good company. I know it's a good price. It's a good discount, I would have been a little bothered. So I didn't throw all my cash, and I still had a goal of cash. So I went with half a deposit on it. And I went smaller. And then, yeah, it sucks now that it's up, but we got exposure and we didn't miss out. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you should think about it. But you don't have to talk about it. Don't keep, and I say this both for the community, but also for you, because if you keep, I got to get it. Oh, I don't know. You're talking yourself into it or talking yourself out of it. So just decide what's the strategy and what you could live with. Anta IPO, is it out today? Looks halted. And then SPY coming down. There's Tesla again. Elon doing the Qatar thing. Investment authority discussed latest developments in global finance and investment with Musk. I missed those Teslas yesterday, though. I had them. But yeah, watch Tesla. It's starting to move, maybe. And then Rigetti. That's a popper. He's supposed to go back at the end of the month. But yeah, he's already winded down a little bit from Doge. I think that's already kind of priced in. But people will like it when they hear about it. Saudi announces 34 MOUs and agreements with U.S. companies. Saudi Aramco MOU worth approximately $90 billion. Collaborations intend to foster innovation and development across multiple fields. So literally, Saudi's memorandum of understanding. These are like broad framework agreements up to $90 billion is what they're saying. Again, this is kind of the follow-up from yesterday. There's the Saudis and then Qatar. Qatar, Habibi. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot of investing. It's kind of crazy. Because, like, in a weird way, Trump is doing his little build back better. But again, between what? Korea, Japan, and now Saudi, they're putting up a lot of money. And then, I had to break it to you guys. So they're talking about the bill and the big beautiful bill So do you guys realize, I said this to you earlier, it's kind of sad, but yeah, this is it. Citron Moron Arquite, he pumped him yesterday. Speaker Johnson open to a congressional stock ban. Amen. Amen. We should have that, you guys. You know that? That's it. I obviously think people should get paid for serving and doing good work for the community and being a public servant. You should get money, right? You should live. But I don't think they should trade stocks. I think they should be allowed to hold a SPY and invest, but I don't think they should. Them, their families, nobody. That shouldn't be, because if that's the incentive, I'm going to get everybody in here into politics. If that's what you guys are going to allow, I'm going to get at least 1,000 of these 6,000 in 20 years. I'm going to make them be politicians. And we already own assets and houses. So stop playing around. It's not right. You see what I'm saying? If it's supposed to be a money game, it'll turn into a money game. It's not. It's supposed to be for the people. So yeah, we should all agree with that. Republican, Democrat, I don't know why you wouldn't agree with it, but Congress shouldn't be trading stocks at all. At all. This shouldn't even be a discussion. They have the info, and people nowadays, if you haven't realized, people are getting into politics because they see how profitable it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not because they want to help. It's not because they want to do good. Some people do. I won't take that away from the people who are rightfully, there's some good people who want to serve their communities. But a lot of people, bro, like I'm telling you, you can make more money as a weirdo politician than being in the NBA. What are we fucking talking about right now? You want to be a rapper? You want to be a famous celebrity? Why not? Just go be a politician. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. That's not right. So yeah, just like we need homeless veterans taken care of, and we all, I hope, in agreement, we should start making noise. There should be no congressional trading at all. They should be able to hold the SPY and hold broader investments. That's fine. They should not be trading anything individually. Options, stocks, their family members, even their cousins, fuck them. It shouldn't be a game like that. The money should be made through, us paying them and their communities and constituencies growing and thriving, and they should have secure jobs based on the results they provide to their communities and what they do for their constituents, not because there's so many incentives outside of serving. So yeah. HSBC to cut 348 jobs in France. But yeah, I'll tell you right now. It's kind of sad, but this is what I said. Unfortunately, like the Democrats, I don't think they realize it yet, but they taught Donald Trump a lot of tricks. I said this months ago, and let me highlight the point. This is crazy. Do you guys realize this big beautiful budget bill? And I already told you it's a very high amount. They try to justify it by talking the percentage of debt in GDP, They use a percentage instead. But do you guys not realize what method they're doing? So you're probably hearing they're like, no tax on overtime up until 2028, till Trump leaves. No tax on overtime till Trump leaves. Even the child care tax credit from Biden, they're keeping it and adding with it. And that one has a duration for, I think, 10 years. So why is this happening? Do you understand why? Like, why are some of the bill stuff, why is it only 3 years, 2 years, and then why are some of them 10? Do you know why? I will find out when I'm done with this, but do you know why? And Tesla's still going, options, premiums moving. Actually, stock's not going up, the premium is. Think about it. You don't think it's weird? And then in a weird way, they're getting a lot of progress on this bill. The bill's probably going to pass. with less friction. But then there's big amounts and weird dates. Why? Like I told you, the Democrats taught this to Donald Trump. He didn't do this last time. No, it's not so. It's how is this possible? Literally. Not the blame. It's not so that you have to vote for a Republican, believe it or not. It's going to blow your mind when I say it, because you're going to realize it. Bro, it's because they're using the budget reconciliation. You don't remember when all the Republicans are like, we're not going to let Joe Biden do that. We're not going to let him spend that. There's no way. We're not. And then they had the gridlock. And then what did the Democrats? They found a very unique way to get all their shit passed and their money without having to get approval. It was called budget reconciliation. So that's exactly what they're doing now, the Republicans. So they're using reconciliation. That's why they can't remove some of the Biden stuffs, because that wouldn't qualify. Like the tax credit, that's why it has the same timeline and duration. But that's why all the new stuff, they're just sneaking it. It's kind of sneaky. The Democrats did it first. I don't justify both sides. I think both are wrong, because now look at, before you know it, you're operating very different than you have in the last history of America. Budget reconciliation wasn't always used. Again, Biden started to remix it and bring it back. But that's why there's some limitations, and that's why some of these numbers and the durations are kind of weird, and that's why the bill might pass. They're going to use budget reconciliation even if there's holdouts. It doesn't fucking matter. This isn't a real bill. They're just reconciling the budget and moving shit around, and now, boom, you got what you wanted. Ta-da! Isn't that crazy? But yeah, some of you remember this a couple years ago, but I thought it was hilarious because I'm like, fucking Donald Trump using the little Democrat tricks, because that's what he's doing right now. And that's it's kind of fascinating, but I think that's how they're going to smash home this high deficit bill. Disney. Okay, we saw the first ones. Now it's getting crazy. Disney. So be careful. Honestly, premiums are up, but they haven't gone too juiced. Don't be careful on the out of the money ones. You need fall. Go near the money if you're going to take them now. Again, go 1 penny if we get like crazy breaking news. We don't know what this is. We saw that earlier. And near the monies will react if it keeps going, but we don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the new ESPN thing. But be careful though. Like I'm saying, near the money if you want that. They literally went up 10 extra %. Near the money if you want it, but now's not the time for the little penny plays. You need breaking news on those. So just keep that in mind, because I saw a lot of people get washed on the Illumina one. Because I was right after the Boeing. So everyone's like, I'm going to get the next one. But then you saw how, I need to look back at that one, because I didn't play it, but I do want to play it. Yeah. Because Illumina has mad China connects. They're linked to China, and then they're big sell-off over the last couple of years. It's the biggest sell-off, Josh. Big sell-off. Huge. Huge even. Oh, maybe it could be the Abu Dhabi shit with Disney. People love that. But, yeah, I don't know what it was. Remember, we saw Disney running. I called out this move, and then, boom, that pop came in. But so be careful on the premiums. We've seen a lot of these pump fakes. Shares would be safer if you know it. But like I'm saying, right now we don't know what's going on. And again, I think I know what's going on in the sense of no panic and chop. So, but otherwise you still got risk with the shares. But if you're trying to just capture the little move dollar for dollar, shares will be good. But then you'll have the downside. But that's like the difference. Like options, again, You either don't play it on days like today, or my strategy, again, I'm playing very small. So I'm not going to even have the holding risk if I fail. So that's all you got to watch out for. Saudi Aramco signs $90 billion of MOUs and pacts with U.S. companies. That's hitting the wire. Again, we were right here when that came out. So you're kind of running. Again, the Saudi stuff has been helping. Yeah, they're pumping this Aramco shit. Nissan moves moving Sentra to Mexico to U.S. to avoid tariffs. Automotive news. Expedia expands B2B platform, launches generative AI partnerships to enhance travel discovery. I don't know. Reddit's been on fire all day. Another $2, bro. My goodness. The final boss of the 405. The Nissan. Ripping G. No, man. Good time. Good time in the market. The FOMO is real, though. But yeah, today, no data. No data, and I love it. I'm so glad. I'm telling you, within seconds of starting, we were saying this. Trump secures historic $1.2 trillion economic commitment in Qatar. Fact sheet. That's coming out now. Maybe what's her name? Where the fuck is Kaylee? What's her name? Caroline. Where's Caroline? I feel like I haven't seen Caroline. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, where's Caroline? Yeah, K. I called her K. They all start with K. Kaylee, Kamala, Caroline. EW I saw go up earlier, too. You might get a random pop. That's what happened with Disney. So, again, we've seen some good call-outs. And, bro, it's the highest you've been in a couple of hours. But you're back to open. Once again, everything green except the Russell. But equal weight is still down by 0.5%. This is a big tech outfit right now. Again, Google, NVIDIA, Apple, all of those, they're doing their thing right now. But, again, more names are down. Let me get you guys a checkup. It's 8:30. Euro closed 3 minutes ago. HSBC, didn't they just fire people? Yo, HSBC pop? A little bit. It's small. It's a bank. And they just announced firing XPO Logistics and travel names going up. Disney's still holding the premiums. I'm still watching it. But yeah, I don't know what that was. Saudi Aramco packs include Amazon, NVIDIA, and Exxon. Oh, I bet you Disney's in there. Maybe that's what it is. Now that I think about it. The near the monies are still this. It's just wide spreads. But like I told you, if you bought those out the monies, you got washed. Even the little cheap penny ones. But the near the money's on Disney a little bit. But maybe that's it. That's a guess. Pure speculation. But yeah, they're saying Aramco, Amazon, NVIDIA, Exxon, maybe Disney. Otherwise, I don't know what it is. Okay, HSBC again, bottom right. Baba's up. Wish you blessings. I hope you have a good day too, baby. Happy Wednesday. So I can't believe it's already middle of the week. And then it's Memorial Day, right? Qatar to acquire 210 Boeing 787s. powered by GE aerospace engines, says the White House. It's a statement. So yeah, I guess GE, that just sounded like an ad, but GE's going up. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like an ad, like they said, brought to you by GE. Like I thought everybody knew it was a GE engine, but GE is popping on that headline a little bit. Oh, next week. Okay. So not this week, but next week we get a break. You get a day off. At what point does UNH become a must-buy? I think after you ask me 15 times. So I think you're on like 7. So you got like 8 more to go. But by the 15th time, usually I'll cave and then I'll just buy it. PSN, Qatar deal chatter. So be careful. Some of these are going to be, like I'm saying, I think maybe that's the Disney one. But yeah, PSN popping on that. Options already up 50. I don't know if Parsons... Didn't we play this before? Kind of looks decent. They just don't look like they move. Okay, options already moving. Chads are jumping on them. So good luck. I haven't taken one. We just don't know. I already guessed one of them. But yeah, that's moving. You're getting it early. But like I'm saying, I think maybe Disney too. No, I see everything, bro. I see it all. So today I chose to ignore a lot of the same questions. And if you ask, oh damn, now PSN, hit her, could call out Ignas. Those just tripled. Nope, that's it. You had your 30. I didn't take it. You had it. If you had it, you had it. Oh. Now Tesla again, Qatar shit. Qatar shit's driving stuff. Look it, I told you the Tesla one too. I didn't take those. They're already jacked. TLT is going to be there at the danger zone. Again, I think by tomorrow. Oh, fuck. Those PSNs, dog. Yeah, that hit. GG's if you got that. Good call, Ignas. Those literally went 20 to 90. 70 on the bid right now. 50 on the bid now. Yeah, as a hitter. At least minimum 100%. Now Tesla. Yeah, Parsons, 30 projects. Worth up to 97 billion. That doesn't make sense. The deal is worth 90 billion. So no way Parsons got 97, but either way, that's moving. Everything. Again, Tesla, Google. Right now you're getting big 7 liters, or this is the highest you've been in a couple of hours. And then you also have bonds is breaking. Again, bonds is going to be a slow freak out. So essentially we're going to hit the low of the year, and then the rally will start slowing down. So what we're going to look for is the break in bonds, and then when does it slow the market? But you know my levels, 4, 7, 5, and 5. Those are the danger zones. Good hit on fucking Parsons, bro. And Tesla. That's it. So if you ate those two, those are other call-outs. I didn't take them, but I literally watched some of you guys do it. Amen, baby. Action. Your action and inaction will be what makes you profitable. Act. And then again, if you don't act at the right time, it'll save you. Okay? If you don't act, then sometimes it'll hurt you. But that's it. And then again, if you already miss it, you miss it. Don't trip. Like, dude, those went to $1! 500% on that Parsons. Oh, I should have took it. See? But it wasn't for me. It was only you if you got it. That's again, we've hit 1,000% every day this week. So lock in. Every day. The harvest is plenty. Coin starting to run. All right. So be careful now. This is what I was trying to tell you guys today with Illumina. What happens? You're going to see the 500% right before your eyes. And then you see another mover. And then you're like, I'm not going to miss this. And then you get clapped on the second one. Be careful of that. Okay? Are you hearing me? Coin isn't going to be it. Relax. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But just don't be that guy. You see what I'm saying? I called it out on the other one, and I told you, I was like, yo, bro, it's like literally I just watched thousands of orders go in. I was telling you guys, be careful. And then again, that one went down. The Boeing hit 1,000%, 2,000%. The next one, everyone piles into it. Don't do that. Just remember, we're going off of the right info. So that one was it. Again, there was Parsons and the other rumors. We saw other things. You had a little window. But don't think the next one is going to be, oh, there you go. Redfin's going up. Yeah, Google. You just got a wave of moves. So again, some of you got to hit those. But yeah, other than that, I wouldn't. Yeah, don't get too jumpy. It's still Chop City right here. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad. I think today's info helped. And we knew to slow down from the get-go. But that's what I'm saying. And if you're like, oh, it feels toppy, we're going to die. Don't talk yourself into FOMOing puts. Don't talk yourself into FOMOing calls. Just understand there's way less panic and velocity today. That's it. It's going to make the options much different than the last couple of days. That's all. That's what I'm saying here, where it's just like, we don't have to flush, but we don't have to do anything. We just might chop around. Google was GE on that one. That kind of moved still too, but then came down. That was a dud. And then Tesla. Blech. So yeah, Tesla and Parsons, bro. Bro, bonds. While we're running with tech leadership, this is going to get interesting. And then again, most of the market's down right now. This is not, the scoreboard's green everywhere except Russell, but yeah, bro, equal weight is fucking murdered. 0.5%. But now the bonds, like I'm saying, it's not going to be, the bonds aren't going to hit the level and everybody just stops. You guys get what I'm saying? So understand what I just told you. It's going to hit the low. People are going to start talking about it and getting worried. Then the longer term yields are going to rise, but the market will be able to go up still. But then it's going to hit probably 4.75 on the 10-year. That's when people are going to be like, wait a minute, this isn't good. But there's a lot of momentum pulling you up right now while the yields are going up. You see what I'm saying? That's why I told you this 3 days ago. Everyone's like, Josh, bonds. And I'm like, wait, give me 3 days. I said, well, just wait, let it come back, and we're going to go. It's slower this time, so we don't have to worry. Obviously, I'm concerned about it, but you're not panicking. You don't need to. Let's see how it develops. You know the price is, but it's not a guaranteed the market stops once the yields go higher. But eventually, as yields go higher, that's going to add pressure on the market. So that's why I'm saying, just get ready. We're climbing back up. Crazy rally, a lot of ideas out there. But now bonds, as they start hitting, that's going to start. You got to start earning the next 200 points higher. You see what I'm saying? With yields high, you're going to work for these next 200 points if yields keep climbing. Reddit, bro. It's because I got my contract. Dude, they hold us on those contracts. We made some of them free, but I had a big set. They were up for a little, and then that's it. They should have hit, though. But yeah, I like Reddit. I like the movement of it. And I like Reddit as, like, liberal defense. Because they all buy it and pump it. So we could buy it, too. So then that way, if they win, we win. Because they won't buy the stuff we buy, but we'll buy what they buy. See what I'm saying? Shout out the long term. But yeah, I've read it. I'm not for the long term. I'm talking about trading. Gold getting clapped is kind of bullish this week. But again, gold is the most overcrowded trade right now in the market. Capital One flush. Again, we saw the other one move down too. SMCI off the Saudi deal. Okay, SPY coming down a little. And see, and this is what I want you guys to see. Because remember, I was telling you, and homeboy, he was asking me about the bounce, right? And this is why I'm going to try to help you guys. Listen to the call outs about near the money or out of the money. Because you got to start picking. Dude, if you're going to gamble, bro, you got to fucking pick the right one. Time, strike, all of it. Because I want you to see, look at that bottom. These are out of the money cheap ones, right? You weren't going to bottom ticket. I guarantee it. You would have got in at 9. You're up a little bit, but it feels like it did nothing. Now keep going closer to the money. You'll see what I'm talking about. They went up. You would have made money, but most of them right here, you made like 10, 15%. If you really, and then again, if it comes back down. Yeah, CNBC's pumping Boeing now. We hit the fuck out of that one. So yeah, we're good. I'm still riding out good free contracts. But yeah, Boeing going crazy again. They want a piece. A lot of people missed the Boeing one. Give me some of that. There's still, the premiums are not as expensive though as earlier. So you could play Boeing way cheaper than that first pop. That was a god candle, bro. Spirit little popper. Watch airlines again. They've been going up, but some of them went down. Southwest and JetBlue were the hot ones. Okay, Boeing's still going. The premium is not as aggressive. So, like I'm saying here, it's kind of it's getting repumped right now and it's moving, but ironically, the premiums are lower than the first pump. Because this was so big and unexpected, it drove those contracts up. Then you spent the last 2 hours burning the preem, right? So the contracts still have a premium, but it is much lower than the first craziness. It all depends which ones, yeah. PSN. Well, PSN fucking hit, dude. So I saw at least 500 contracts get it. So good work, you guys. Yeah, they're still holding though. 20 to 75 on the bid. You had 20 for a minute. I had enough time to look at the other one. I was like, fuck it. I don't want to play too much today. Like I said, I already got a couple. And I got some good profits. But that was it. That one hit. Google all day. Yeah, and then Tesla, too. You're going to hear more with those deals. Now, Boeing with the CNBC pump. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, it's not even on. And then, yeah, I was going to say before all that drama, because everyone keeps asking me this, and I'm going to tell you right now, because I posted it yesterday. Oh, wow, you just said it. Hell yeah. Awesome. So, the diamond is coming. I still think it's there. But I'm going to just tell you right now, the diamond is not UNH, and it is not MSTR, okay? I don't know what it is, but I know it's not those two. So, let's just cut the crap or the confusion, and you don't have to worry about what I'm telling you or what I'm not telling you, because I'm telling you right now. It's not going to be UNH, and it's not going to be MSTR. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'll be open-minded. You never know. But I will tell you now, because right away, some people thought that was it, but it's not. It's not. So, yeah, and UNH, I'm not really a fan of it, but I've answered it many, many times. People are asking many different ways, but I'll just probably just good luck, and I agree, I guess. But, yeah, that's not a diamond, I don't think. Pizza. Pizza may have been, but pizza's too low quality to be the diamond. Good price, good value. Pizza was just great, but it's too low value. You know what I'm saying? Unless Domino's gets E. coli and they go to the number 2 spot with pizza, I don't think it'll be the diamond, but it is a good pickup. If we lock in, we'll find the diamond together. We will. You'll know. You'll know it when you see it. And even if you don't see it, I'll tell you. But you're going to have to deal with it when that moment comes. Because like I said, just a couple weeks ago, a lot of you witnessed me watching and waiting and doing nothing all year. And then I bought. And then I bought the next day again. So I did action. And then that was the moment. And then it went away, and now we're back to waiting. So I hope you find the diamond too. Even if you miss it, if I find it, I'll tell you. But there's only going to be the window. And then on the 3rd day, it ripped. Amen. Rigetti again. Your diamond was not Boeing calls. No, that was a good trade. It's not your diamond. You know why? Because the old adage is that diamonds are forever. Options are not forever. Yo, Archite and Redfin, and then Reddit and Google. But yeah, Archite is kind of going a little crazy. A day short. Nah, it's too much momentum. You got to wait till something bad happens. Want to show love and appreciation. Help me start the long term. Your guidance helped me make my mother 10K. Oh, for house repairs. To God be the glory. Let's. Way to take care of moms, bro. I love to hear it, man. You have no idea. Oh, he's doing a hundo. But that's it, man. It's good. It's good to know we did good, but we have so much more work to do, Chad, okay? We really, really do. So lock in, man, and nothing's over yet. Whatever success you think you have is nothing. And I mean that in a good way, because you have more than you could ever imagine. But now we cannot cool down. You know what I'm saying? You do not let off. You must feed your future self. And your body will give you what you demand of it. Promise you. So, amen, baby. But yeah, it's good, man. You guys have done very well. It's good to see some of you come out a winner and come out doing good, but the game is not over yet. But yeah, it's good, man. And throughout this environment, I love it. I love it, man. I'm glad I was here, and I'm glad you listened. You know, it was a good teamwork, baby. Because not everybody said what I said, and not everybody listened, and not everybody saved and did that. So, welcome to the chosen few who did with action. Good work. Woo! Rocket Lab. Oh, it is. TSEM. A lot of things. I've read it, bro. And Archite. You're done for the day? All right. Well, do me a favor. You have to change your name because you said stuff and I want to comment back to you, but I'm not going to call you Green Dildo. Not anymore, at least. That's the final time. I guess the second time I'll say Green Dildo. Okay? Otherwise, you don't have to, but I'm just letting you know it's hurting your interaction because I'm not going to say that. But have a good day. Almost 4 on Google? It's kind of crazy. And then again, Archite got pumped again by Citron. Just green. Well, like I said, that's what I'm looking for. If you're not willing to change it, you don't have to, but I'm not going to deal with you. I don't have to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? We both have a choice to make. So I've made mine. Good morning. Reddit, no long term. It'll be good to trade, but I just think Redfin is weird because it's doing so good. Or Reddit, excuse me. Like Reddit is like, it's so odd. I've never seen a company go that fast. Like in EBITDA and profitability and everything else. So that's a good thing. Objectively, it looks really good. It's overvalued, and I wouldn't buy it, and I don't think I will. Maybe one day if it ever comes down, we could talk about it, but I just want to see if it holds. But yeah, it's the performance surprise. I've never seen a brand new tech company go positive EBITDA that fast, ever. And I don't know if it's USAID money. I don't know if it's inflated, but I don't care how they got it because they did it. But that it's too expensive right now. But it's expensive because they're doing really good. People notice what I notice. That's why they're buying it, amongst other reasons. But I'm not. I don't dabble with those. I'm not going to play it. I don't think it's a good long-term pickup at this price. Maybe down the line, if there's ever real volatility, and you could get it at a fraction of the cost, that'll be a good pickup for the company. But it's a good name. We all know Reddit. It's a little weird and liberal, but it's a good company. It's a good product. You can find shit on Reddit. Everybody has Reddit. When you Google a story, you'll look back. But I'm not gonna buy it at 130 or 200. But fundamentally, what they've done as a company, whether it's real or not, I don't know. Just like when NVIDIA, people were debating if NVIDIA was real or not. All I'm telling you is those numbers are very good. So Reddit has very good numbers, but I don't think I would buy it here just because I don't like buying things that are really high. If you want to chase and you like that growth and momentum, might be there, but it's, again, a very high price. Did you look it up? No, you might be on what's it called? DVR. But somebody else asked, and we were talking diamonds earlier. But no, I'll throw that on the list. Reddit is not the diamond. So you guys could disagree with me. That's fine. And I'll tell you what I see and what I don't see. But right off the bat, every time I've had this diamond conversation, UNH, MSTR, and now this company comes up, Reddit. I don't think those are it, you guys. That's my personal opinion. Like I said, I will be open-minded if something changes and I don't, I know what the diamond and what I'm looking for is, but I think those aren't it. And that's why I'm not really looking there. You're not, well, I think you literally said Reddit, the diamond, winky face. You literally, bro. I wasn't going to ban you or anything, so don't trip. You don't need to explain yourself. But yeah, like I'm saying, I just don't think that's the diamond. And that UNH and the other one, a lot of people do that. A lot of people ask me right when I bring this conversation up. But there, just as a joke, I gave you the pass, did I not? Didn't I tell you it don't matter, it's cool, you're not getting banned? I did. I gave you every way to get out of that conversation easily and peacefully. And then you say it's a joke. How dare you? Yeah. Take a lap. Take a lap. Why are people joking? I don't know. They get banned for it every time. If you haven't realized, if we have a conversation, even in disagreement, we could end it at whatever. Don't worry. I'm not that. I don't take it that personal. But if you ever say some bullshit and we talk about it and you end it with, oh, I was just joking, you're banned. That's it. I'm not ever doing that. It never works, ever. So just learn this now, because some people have not figured this out. But that way we don't have to waste time. I don't care if you're, like I'm saying, that was a good talk. I don't even think homeboy, I had no intention of banning him at all. I swear to God, that's all. Like, dude, you were good. I was like, dude, you're chill. Don't worry. But then no need to say we're joking about something that we're probably not joking about. And even if you were, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Reddit, UNH, and MSTR, they are not the diamond. I think I could rule them out for now. So like I said, I'll have an open mind, but I genuinely believe those come up way too much. Because every time I talk about it, the diamond in this type of criteria, those names come up right away. UNH as of recently because of the big drop, but MSTR, Reddit, obviously NVIDIA, you just need a low price, but I'm pretty confident about those. Is it Intel? It might be, but Intel still has more work to do. I think Intel 2026 is when they recover. Oh, yeah, push-ups. We forgot. Well, stand up a little bit, guys. Move around. I got to get the body moving. Woo! People suggest, yeah, dude, I had people, at one point, man, if you locked down MSTR at low enough during 2022, that was a diamond to a degree. I think MSTR is going to collapse the financial system one day. But other than that, for now, it looked good. But, I had people bring that up, and they're like trying to convince me. And I'm just like, dude, I have Bitcoin in the long term at $300, you guys. That's not, and this is cap, dude. What are you talking about, MSTR as a diamond? What do you do? You guys are late as fuck. You know that. All you new crypto guys, you need to humble yourself. And I don't mean that to be mean to you. I mean it in the sense of like, this is the stage where they're fucking selling the crypto to everybody now. Like, it's just so like, bro, there's a lot of like, oh, this. So don't get blinded by it. It's just this crypto has been around for a while now, and some of these assets are there. That's why MSTR I don't think is bad in certain ways. I think it's weird. I'm not hating. I'm really not. I love Bitcoin, and it has changed my life, but I'm just too late. You're not buying it at these prices, bro. And it's not like, even if it comes down 50, it has to go back to really, really low prices. But it's not no fucking diamond like that. DVR's on. If you refresh, it'll turn away. Yeah, a little spot pop. And a lot of names, man. These random ass runners, Reddit, Google, whatever pops we got. Hymns. I think you already know my answer on Hymns. I said it, though. I'm so glad I said it when I said it. Hymns is a terrible company. And I told you at $9, I hate this company. Because I know what's going on, I'll tell you. But I even said at that time, I was like, listen, anytime I strongly hate a company, like really, and I'm like, this is terrible. Who the fuck is buying it? It always rips. So I did tell you guys that at $10. So I said, if you really, because I wanted, this was the company, I said it that day when I was like, I want to make a I hate it portfolio. Because any stocks that I like really hate, sometimes they just go insane, like epically. So I'm like, yeah, I'm learning myself even more. But here's the deal. Do you know what Hymns is? Do you know what it reminds me of? I'm pretty sure that, I don't know if you've noticed it. You ever hear of the little like Solana, the cabal traders of Solana, and the little LA kids who like pretty much package and pump and dump all the Solana tokens, and they all like working together on that. Yeah, that's fucking him, stock market version. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, it's the same exact thing. You just got a bunch of motherfuckers just hammering home all in these little, they're buying the fuck out of hims. It's just a Ponzi right now with the stock. It's going to get clapped. Again, it's the same degenerates and types of people buying dick pills at 20 years old. And they're doing all, and then literally, we're talking minoxidil with a 18% like gross margin or something. It's not like, come on, dude. It's really ridiculous. Like, yeah, they have 2 million people. They got the money thing, but it's not going to last. Again, we saw Snapchat go to 90, so, and that wasn't as cabal pumped in the same way. Nobody's saying finasteride doesn't work. We're just, like I'm telling you, it's not, I don't know, but finasteride and minoxidil has been around as long as everybody's been alive. So it's getting big and we're seeing, but I think a lot of this is just demand. I think it's a lot of people bought in very, very low. They keep pumping it and they keep buying it, and they're all going to do that until it runs out of juice, and then the earnings, and then it's going to do what all of them do. So have fun while it lasts. Ride the wave. I told you I hate it, and it's sketchy at 9, but maybe you should have bought it. But other than that, every time I have this conversation, it's useless now because it even went up another $30. So it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I'm telling you. If you're still making your mind up here, if you just listened the first time, you could have ignored it or been like, Josh doesn't see it. If he hates it, I'll throw in 100 and they're good. But that was my plan. But eventually now, just like, this is just all going to get emotional. And then the people at the bottom are going to cash in on you. And then it goes higher. You're going to miss out. Like, he told me it was bad. So it's just an emotional cycle of pumping and the valuation. It's just so, but we made our decision up a year ago. And I think God bless you with whatever you do. And that's it. I hate SoFi too. Yeah. That one. So buy SoFi if you think. That's what I'm saying. I genuinely want to make a I hate it portfolio. Because sometimes they rip, sometimes they don't. But I've hated it for a long time, and this one's actually still down. Qubits. Okay, that's the second quantum. Rigetti was already up. So see if this is where the momentum goes. And Affirm. They're not bad. Yeah, Qubits is honestly not that bad on the premiums. Just go near some of the out there. Just fucking it's a 50% spread. But yeah, watch out for that one. Just because Rigetti all day, I don't think it's going to be a quality play. I just think there's already momentum and flows to all of that shit. And then again, if we're doing nothing, motherfuckers they're itchy. They want to do something. So watch out though. Premiums moved a little bit on that. I don't know what it is. I think it's pure just momentum. Other stuff's not moving. People are going to go to that. Yeah, Google's up 4-3 now. Crazy. Mm-hmm. 909. Still like early. Feels a little later. What is this? Okay. Yeah, it's early. Too early. Long term. Coin. Oh yeah, you guys called that one out earlier. Remember that was the second one. So I had the pop, washed them out, and then kept going. And then NVIDIA now. So watch out. Google's already in the lead. NVIDIA took a break for a couple of hours. Yeah, high tickers starting to really gas. And RKLB. You guys called that one out earlier. Germany, Shoals, fundamentally Israel must be able to visit Germany. Huh? Too early. Coinbase still going, and then NVIDIA. MSTR is not. Remember, Coinbase had the S&P stuff, so that's helping it. Space events? Oh, I don't know, but somebody was just pumping it. I forgot. There was something with space. But I don't know, like calendar-wise. Was that Google or Getty again? Google. Bro, Google's nuts. We should have picked that one up. We saw it even 2 days ago on the bounce when it started doing that. Yeah, bro, look at it. We hit that one. We got paid on the Apple stuff, but dude, that's nutty. Too early. Coin still. You guys know coin too in the long term. So that one went green. It was crazy because we were green on it a ton. And then I didn't realize how much it fell. Because, yeah, we were up big on it on the beginning of the year. So, yeah, but Coinbase has a lot to work. Oh, yeah, I think Nancy did buy a ton of Google. All right, man, you've still been chilling here, but was the velocity call good? I hope this helped, man, because you should. I feel like coming into the morning, knowing the velocity isn't there, or being on the watch, I feel like it's much calmer. Like, I don't know, because today does not feel frustrating at all, because I felt like I expected this. So it sucks because it did make me hesitate on one or two, but it's not bad. Like, dude, we're chilling. That's it. You're doing this little dance. Still generally elevated. Again, more of the names are down on the equal weight. But no events, no data. And, yeah, now we're chilling. But it's been a couple of hours. Let me get you another checkup. Dow Jones, 12 green, 18 red. That's a little better. Still red. And then NASDAQ 100, 37 green, 64 red. I think 5 to 7 names went green. And then S&P 137 green, 363 red. Generally the same. No news on Argentina. YPF moved, though. I think we're waiting for another China. Symbiotic, 15-cent pop, SYM. It's not updating. It's already up 5. So be careful for a scam, but it's moving a little bit. Tiny bit. Disney again. So again, Parsons moved off of it, but I want to say Disney is something with Saudi. I'm purely guessing. And that's when the other one came out. I don't have a play on it either, except for I only have long term. I did not make a move on Disney. But then again, the premiums are way lower now from when we had the first call. They just washed them all. But then, yeah, even the near the monies. I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of fascinating. Keeps moving. No. Disney already had earnings. TLT, yeah, get ready for it. Qualcomm on the high. Again, they announced one of those deals today, I think, with Qatar. Qatar. I just wish I knew what was going on. If I had more info, that would be great. But then again, Disney has done a lot. All right. It's Qatar. I always called it Qatar, and then during that, like, FIFA, all the white people on Bloomberg kept insisting it was Qatar. Qatar. It's Qatar. Even the guy says Qatar. It's Qatar, Habibi. Not Qatar. Qatar. It all just depends on the accent. Qatar. Not Qatar. Qatar. Qatar, Habibi, Qatar. A top executive cashes in on stock sale? No, I want to say, but then again, I'm like, you just had the Abu Dhabi deal. I feel like there's room for Disney in Middle East, and they would love it. I just don't know. We're just guessing. But then again, by the time you know, they'll pop it. But then also, Disney's already ran up a lot. Boeing's backlog 2 times their market cap. Don't forget their debt. So that's the thing. They have a lot. Yeah, the Disney park in the middle. It was a big reaction. I didn't really get it at first. I was like, why is everybody going so crazy? But no, it's huge because, like, dude, the Middle East, it's gonna be like Disney World in Orlando. It's gonna be, again, Disneyland in Japan. Like, this is for the people of the rest of the world and the people who like go to Disneylands. Dude, it's a huge market, and it's gonna be like an iconic like location. And then now the Middle East has a Disneyland. Like, that's gonna be crazy. So I kind of faded it in the beginning. I was like, I don't get why everyone's freaking out. But no, like, universally, a lot of people are very optimistic about a Disneyland in the Middle East. Deflationary pressure? No. I think there's too much going on to figure that out yet. But for now, I think the bond market just tells you that there's going to be a lot of spending. There's going to be a lot more spending, and that some of our fiscal plans aren't going to change, and that we're still kind of going to be spending a lot, and there's going to be a lot of growth and reasons for demand. And that's why I think rates are trying to justify this. I also believe that right now, I think there's a big part of the market, big money, is shorting the bonds right now. And I think I think they're trying to be bond vigilantes against Trump. And it's too obvious to ignore. Yeah, because I think one part of the bond market is communicating accurately the fiscal scenario, right? I'm telling you guys about the debt and the budget, and I'm like, dude, that's massive. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. It's huge. And we start going through all these little things, and it's like, wait a minute. The fiscal plan is not really changing. We are still on, there's companies with high debt, high rates. They need to roll over. We're not there. They're still pushing. And where the environment is still, we're going to keep funding and motherfuckers keep spending on that. The government's still going to keep spending money. All of the, again, growth is still the economy is booming still. All of that is saying high rates. And I think a big portion of that is accurate. But then I think at least 20% of the yield move is from supply being shorted and people not buying the same way and trying to, vigilante the bonds and trying to communicate something. But the other stuff communicates it as well. But I think they're adding, that's why it looks so extreme. So we'll see. But again, I don't care if it's a vigilante or not. I do know that higher yields will pressure equities eventually. So that's what we're looking for next. But yeah, that's how I would sum it up. Why would you short bonds? Because that's another way to say it's the end of America and I don't trust the president in America. You sell the bonds and short them. Just like when I told you guys back in the day, I was like, if you really think real estate's going to crash and you think America and the jobs, short the bonds. This is what I told you guys. You would have made a fuck ton in 2021. So yeah, it's another way to show displeasure or disagreement. A harmless pair? What? Shout out from Japan, first time. Been here for a week, back to the U.S. in a week. Highly recommend coming to Josh. Well, thank you. You see it, I'm new and I enjoy it. Here's $100? Oh, man. Horn. Thank you, my friend. I hope you got a long term, bro. And I'm sure you heard me. That's been big, bro. It's been big. We need it. So, amen, bro. And I hope that will provide you way more value, too. So, amen, bro. Thank you. Wouldn't people rush to the bonds if the economy and market were going to shit? If things were really bad and then they knew the government was going to step in, yes. But if things started crashing, the bonds would start rising, right, as they do. The fix will make them go down. But that's why I was saying in 2021, if you thought real estate was going to crash before there would be a cut, the bonds would just die and the yields would go up. And that's exactly what happened. So, but yeah, eventually rates will go up in a crisis. But that's like a crisis, not, oh, we don't think it's going to go there. And then usually it goes high yields, then low yields. But yeah, I got a big long term, homie. That's a big account. But it started with a little. eToro open. Nice. All right, what's the details? So you got IPO. Let's get this out the way. How many shares we dealing with? So priced at 11.9 million. So 12. You need like 6. 6 million in the first 10 minutes. 1, 2, 3. It's been 5. You're close, but then you're already at a 40% premium. So I don't think it's gonna hit. Again, you saw, remember CoreWeave? Who was the other one? ARM? No, there's someone else besides CoreWeave We just saw IPOs. Some started good, then they die, then they go back up, or they go down and then go crazy. Yeah, Webull went crazy. That was China, though. Yeah, it's already up 40. You've traded just under half in 6 minutes. So the number you're looking for is 6 million, and you need it in 4 minutes. Then NVIDIA going again. Newsmax, that was the other one. Yep. Well, NVIDIA, I would have made another 1,000%. Fuck. I would have had 2,000. Yeah, eToro's out. The number you're looking for, we have an IPO strategy. Google says hackers who targeted UK retail sector are now turning their attention to US retailers. But you're looking for 6 million in volume by the first 10 minutes. So by the top of the hour, or the half of the hour, 30. I have several IPO strategy videos. You got to find them. Oh, Pinduo. Oh, what? Yo, Pinduoduo. Apple aims to offer eye scrolling. Pinduoduo dumping. Big red. $2 down. Oh, wait. I'm like, why are these so expensive? I was looking for a year. Damn it. They just jacked all the premiums. Oh, fuck. All right. I got to take one. I'm grabbing a Pinduoduo because I have a in-the-money call. So I'm deep in the money. So I'm buying a put for way cheaper that's decayed. And I'm buying it closer to the money. Does that make sense? So I'm making sure I win no matter what. So that's why I bought a put on Pinduoduo. No other reason besides that. Yeah, that way I can't lose. Because right now, I'm like $5 in the money on my call. So those are the ones from last week, too. I told you that leading into the trade stuff. And it was on the watch list. So that was like $5-6 in the money. So now I grabbed one just above that, or 2 strikes above it. Because now, even if I lose on the in the money one, that means the one I just bought will be $3 in the money again. So yeah, they're giving me $300 minimum no matter what happens now. Fuck you guys. That's how you do it. Ta-da. I don't even know what happened. I'm just reacting to that though. Because now I was holding it today. It was up even more today. Then it faded and now that just sliced $2. Premiums were decayed. Literally, I couldn't have bought that insurance in the last 2 days. It would have cost me $300. Now it's less than $100. So yeah, it worked. For now. Or I just gave them an extra less than 100, and then I'll keep the other $700. Ta-da! You're stuck on the bonds thing? Don't be. You need to figure this out now, because you're gonna deal with this in the future. This is what I was trying to explain to everybody in the beginning of the year. So you get it. You're just overthinking it. You understand the bonds and the things going to shit. You get it. You're just you're leaving out a step, right? You're like, I don't get it. If things are bad, why would wouldn't bonds go down? You're right. They will. That's after the Fed steps in. Are you following? This is what I was telling you guys at the beginning of the year. That's what I was saying. Obviously, there will be a TLT call, but the only way that TLT crazy call hits is if the crazy puts hit first. Because then as people freak out and the economy gets bad, in the process, the yields go higher. As the economy is breaking, yields go up. So that's why even right now you could insinuate things are breaking because yields are continuing to go higher. So it's breaking right now, right? That's when in the process of breaking, yields go up. And then once everybody realizes it is broken and they are going to fix it, then the yields go down. That's it. So you get it. You just are leaving out the step that yields respond negatively during the crash or during the problem. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, if real estate was going to come down, the bond yields will go higher and higher and higher as everyone's dumping and asset prices, and then they're scared. And then the yields will go down once people are like, yeah, the Fed has to step in, or the government or something. And then the relief will bring the yields down. But it must break first, and it breaks with yields going up. So that's it. I hope I've talked about this in the beginning of the year and a couple times. So like I'm telling you, you better get this now because you're going to deal with this in the future. You're going to ask the same thing just like right now. As yields go down, you're like, wait a minute. So even if Powell does an emergency cut, you're probably going to have the yields hit 5% before that because there has to be a reason to emergency cut or a reason to change policy, a reason to step in. And usually whatever that reason was would correlate with higher rates. Sanofi plans to expand manufacturing capacity in the U.S. Anta. A-N-T-A. And then eToro, you are now past 10 minutes, 4 million. You did about 40%. We do have agents in Oklahoma. We got one of the best. One of the biggest, you could say. He's big. He's big. He's the best. OKC. So yeah, shoot me an email and I will forward it to him. That way, if they try to pull one over on you, even though I recommended them, because people do that, I've seen it a lot. That way, I could be like, no, I see it. So you could have a buddy system. That's why I tell you guys not to circumvent the rules, because then you're on your own. Someone's trying to pull one over on your parents' crib. Well, do this. Email me the situation, and I could at least tell you what's going on. Without, you don't even need to do anything. And I'll let you know if it's legit or not. Kind of like when the Fed isn't freaking out, the market will, and vice versa. Yes. That's kind of the bond thing. And SPY going up, Google, once again, bro. My goodness. Sanofi to invest $20 billion. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you know, there's a lot of spending going on. And the government's going to do some of it, but then Donald Trump is getting other people to fund it too. This is kind of wild. Obviously, these are timelines out to like 2030, but he's pretty much raised almost as much money as the additional money that Joe Biden printed. That's kind of crazy. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we're talking $2 trillion or more of outside FDI lined up right now in the next decade. You know, that, again, I was mad about $2 trillion from the government. Even Donald Trump's $2 trillion. Okay, Sanofi's dumping on that news, though. Maybe they're giving other plans, but yeah. Well, Tesla, the higher it goes, that's why I should have took the option, but I missed it yesterday, so I already knew it. I was like, I can't pay that much. But literally, Tesla's a panic stock. So if it goes too high or too low, people will panic on both sides. So even if it goes high enough, people are going to flip. So that might cause a lot of momentum. Yeah, NVIDIA, bro, 4% as well, and Google. And just think about it. The stock's up 50% since Tim Walz was laughing at it. So it hits a certain level. Remember, you could panic to the upside. It starts breaking out, bro. People are going to cover. people who were really bearish on it, people are gonna freak out. Then the people who love it are like, oh my god, it's going to 5,000. The cafe, what? And then they're gonna go, and then it creates that extra volatility. Philo. To decrease debt is panning out? No. They're doing it, they're wording it differently. Because I told you right away, right when I saw the projection for the BBB, the Big Beautiful Bill, I was like, you guys, this does not sound like we're spending less. And then Besant came on the next day and was explaining it and saying how it's like debt to GDP, and they're like viewing a percentage. Again, Besant's all about the 333, that's it. So he's like, we're spending more, but we're gonna make more. And I don't know how I feel about that, because it is true where it's like, yeah, look at, like I'm telling you, if we bring in this money, that's a lot of demand. But then again, that is also inflationary. But it's also like, well, you're still spending a lot. And yeah, like again, cutting taxes, and the money's going to go in different places. But for now, I can't tell. So that's why I say no, because I'm like, for now, I still see a lot of money. I still see a lot of spending. Again, I think the bonds are distorted by some of the vigilantes, but then the bonds accurately, they recognize the spending and the deficits and the fiscal situation that isn't really changing. Again, although Joe Biden and Donald Trump are very different people and ideologies, fiscally, we're generally riding the same economy as a year ago, even today. And that's what I've kind of been saying, which is surprising. But yeah, so I don't see it happening yet. Maybe it does, or maybe the money we bring in is so big that it's a new level, new standard, but I can't say that yet, and I don't want to. But we'll see. But for now, I don't see any inclination of stopping spending. Hence, that could be your golden era to a degree as well, but it may come with cost for future generations. That scare money make. I'm just saying the government demand now, even from other countries, is going to be really high. And although they're cutting back a lot of spending and telling you they are, I don't see that reflected in any numbers or data yet. And I don't know if it's projected to, sadly. Doge is going to help, but they're spending other Doge is just covering a tax cut. That's it. Everything at Doge will pay for one tax cut. Either the JCPA forever, permanently, or the tax on overtime, or tax on tips. That's it. I'm rolling these Bradley Frizzle plays out. Well, thank you for paying the plug, baby. Dude, Bradley Frizzle is amazing. It's amazing, bro. And the plays. Aren't we just blessed? Wife taking her nurse practitioner exam. Oh, wow. Good luck. I will. Prayers up. Let's go, baby. Was meant to be is meant to be. Tell her to study. That's it, man. You guys ever have exams? I'd turn off everything and study. Read and enjoy it, too. That's the hack. Because if you could enjoy reading and get interested in it and studying, oh, man, it's easy. One day I'll get Josh a house and Bradley a 747. I would never get Bradley I would never want to hurt him. I don't want him on a Boeing. I'm gonna put him in a safety bubble. I'm going to buy him a black box, maybe. That's it, not the plane. I was like, this one does not get destroyed. Yeah, big drop again. Nothing's happened. Unfortunately, dollar's running up again. Actually, no, something's happening. That dollar move is a little too large, my friend. Who the fuck is moving? It's Canada. Canada, euro, and pound. Bitcoin not moving, oil not moving. It's weird. Just like the earlier one on oil. U.S. not seeking to weaken the dollar as part of trade deals. So they're saying if you think you're going to get stocks going up because of inflation, you're wrong. I don't think that's enough to cause this move, but motherfuckers acting like they need something to use. Yeah, it just means the dollar is going to strengthen. But then, wait a minute, watch TLT though. See, this is why I'm saying bond vigilantes. Because once again, big reactions in the market. Strong dollar would be good for the bond yields, bro. So everybody's tripping, the dollar's tripping. Why aren't the bonds? Oh, that's weird, but that got big a little bit, at least on the dollar. And now you have a headline. Again, they're saying the goal is not to weaken the dollar. So people were talking about that today. But yeah. eToro, big red. It hasn't traded half yet. So well, at this point, wait till it turns 12 million because it still has 30% premium. I don't care if I miss it, so you got to do it. But for now, it's nowhere near our criteria. Besides stocks, is that a good thing? It is. Because if the dollar got too weak, yeah, it would have made your stocks go up, but that would have hurt the faith and credit, the bonds, everything. So, again, dollars, you want the dollar to be weak, but not too weak. And you want it to be strong, but you don't want it to be too strong. So, again, you don't want Donald Trump's efforts to lead to a very, very weak dollar, because that, although it could raise the price of assets, that would mean it's being funded by the rest of the world through our devaluation. And that would mean that people have lost confidence. And that would be the end of America, as people would say, depending on the scope and velocity and severity of it. It should be bearish on Bitcoin, but not all the time. Because then Bitcoin is in dollars. Sometimes it helps it. But I would watch the dollar and other floated like country currencies more rather than Bitcoin. Because sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It all depends. It could be good or bad for Bitcoin. Because again, most Bitcoin is priced in dollars. So your dollar gets stronger, Bitcoin still holds up. You just got more. See what I'm saying? But it goes in weird waves, and it's not as linked to like US dollar versus peso or euro or something like that. EW is still going up. I've seen that a couple times. So SPY going down. There is a headline here about the dollar getting stronger and the goal of policy, and that's why UUP rocketed up. A couple other ones moved down, euro, pound, and then you gave up like what, a 1.1 on the SPY. And then now you're back to that other chop zone we were at earlier. South Korea kind of moving. Remember, we got that Gasparino rumor. We got teased that info. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, it's because the Koreans, they were the ones this morning. I think I could find the quote. Because I think it was somebody in Korea, or one of the Koreans said that they're going to benefit off of a weakening dollar. Otherwise, watch if there's a deal. Because, again, we got a teaser of that. Yeah, eToro. I mean, again, it has a fat premium. The stock IPO'd at 52. So they sold the shares at 52. and Wall Street set the minimum at $68 to open it up. So this is all premium still. So that's one of the metrics that is not meeting our criteria. Premium's too high and demand is too low. So it could still move up, but there's nothing for me there. Ooh! You guys hear that? Oh, that felt good. Boeing. It eventually will. Boeing's really, really high. So it might start to slow down on more of these. It was going to slow down today, and then they were like, no, it's not. It's actually 200 billion. And then that made it go insane. But it's on a tear. So, but eventually it'll sell one of these facts. But for now, the news just keeps getting better. What would be a buy number, Habibi? I let you know when it happened. It's not just the price, Habibi. There's more to price, demand, the premium, the environment. I tell you though. But for now, it's nothing. You tell me when volume hit 12 million on eToro. And then I go with the bull and I tell you, maybe bull, maybe bear. Now, no, I need 12 million volume now, Habibi. Got UNH calls? I don't care. I cared about the $100 you gave me. But no plays. No pumping anymore. Take a lap. You post your plays before the bell. Anything else? I don't want any more plays, you guys. That's it. You could pay the plug. You could say thank you. You don't need to tell anybody what you are buying, selling, how much you're making or losing. All of that is a distraction. Take the info and get a long term. But yeah, that's the rules. So thank you. Oh, CoreWeave is after the bell? I already made mine free, but the free ones are still up like 300-400. So you got to do something with that then if they do have earnings. Lily's still up a ton though. Again, I think a lot of you are learning that the leaders can get affected. So that's why some of the leaders in certain spaces are now getting hit. But yeah, this is still up a shit ton. Eli's not even close to looking like NVO. I don't know what happened with China. No, and then UNH is dumping. What crypto ETF would I recommend for the long term? Habibi, you hear 3 years, Habibi. I wouldn't buy a crypto ETF for a long term. I would buy Bitcoin. And only Bitcoin. And I would hold it in your own wallet. And that's it. Call it a day. But yeah, I wouldn't. But then again, that does not mean I'm telling you to buy Bitcoin right now. I'm just saying I don't like Bitcoin ETFs for the long term. I like Bitcoin for the long term. But I think now you might have a better opportunity with some value. But then if you miss out and Bitcoin goes crazy, you'll hate me. But then again, I bought Bitcoin at $300. So, I mean, this is a very late conversation we're having. So get the, own the asset, not the ETF, if you have the means and ability. You'll take questions that have already been asked 100 times for 1,000, Alex? Daily double. Hi, on, you got the daily double. Next question. Should I buy UNH? Is UNH the diamond? Daily double. Write your answer down now. That's it. How much would you like to wager? So daily, you got the daily double. What is no? That is correct. Oh my goodness. Would you like a daily triple? You could ask me where Mumu is. Or anybody who has randomly showed up of the millions of people in this chat and ask me about one person. Or ask me about drama. Yo, you want the daily triple? Go. No? Huh? Oh. Wow. So yeah, Cult Jeopardy. Do you bring personal grocery bags into the grocery store? That's a great question for post philo. I'll answer that afterwards. Remember that. I love that question, actually. That's a pizza. It's a great off topic. Whatever happened to 11 at 11? Oh, dude. Well, besides the people who tracked my phone number and then started sending my mother death threats, there's just some weird experiences. And then, quite frankly, I'm done with the social shit, you guys. That's all. And just like, I love the 11 at 11, though, because like some of them, some of the 11 at 11s changed people's lives. And y'all still here today, and I know the impact it had, and I love it. You know that? Some like Johnny B. Good, bro. I'm thinking about you, and Nikki B. And yeah, there's some where I'm like, bro, it was meant to be. God is good. It was beautiful. But then there was some, bro, where I look back, bro. You get 11 at 11 is going to turn into like a documentary, and then it pauses, and then it goes. He, in fact, didn't really love Josh and was lying to Josh the whole time. His all-time high long-term went to 0 after he violated every rule that he knew about. Now he hates Josh, although Josh gave him a lot of bottom ticks. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, he was doing very well and set off a good image to the Chad. And then he gambled away all his money. What? So, yeah, bro, it all depends. We're just growing, you guys. It's a different era of the cult. Y'all need to the boat has left. It's leaving right now. There's still time to get on board. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But yeah, bro, that's it. Like, you haven't realized it? I already have enough. And we have enough long terms and the people there. I would be doing a disservice if I didn't take the guys who were faithful to the finish line. Do you understand? Do you really think I would do that? I can't. It violates it. It hurts me in my soul to think that. To think that they were so faithful for 5 years. We're not going to take them to the finish line right now? No, we are. That's what I'm saying. The boat, it's different. That's it. None of this social bullshit. It's game time. And now some of y'all met me with no money. Now you got money. Now you going to run with it. Now you could run with me on this shit. You see what I'm saying? That's why you're not going to gamble it. It's not the fucking option trades. That's going to be the sweetener at the end of the journey. That's going to be there when you get the other stuff. Trust me. But now we can make moves, bro. You're in the game. Now houses are realistic. So let's go. That's what I'm saying, bro. The boat is leaving. Y'all better get on board or not. Some people have been on board for 5 years now. That's what I'm saying, bro. So let's go, baby. Let's go. Long term. I'm telling you, Colt sister, bro. Colt sister. That account, 3 years, half the time. $2,400 a year. No more than $7,000. Sitting at 14. At least you doubled your money and kept it. But that's what I'm saying, bro. $24K a year. You just save, even if you gambled all your money away, the rest of it, and just did $200, $2,000 a year. That's going to turn into your damn down payment after just a few years. And then it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. And then that's it, baby. So that's what I'm saying, man. Bare minimum. Doing push-ups on a boat, baby, all around the world. But yeah, you got to get on the boat or you better know how to swim. But I ain't saving you this time. I ain't throwing no more life jackets. You know why? Because we need to make sure there's enough food for everybody on board. We got in the storm in the weather. I let down the life jackets for 5 years. You know what they started doing? They started cutting them. Then they started posting articles about me. And then they saw, yeah, bro, I tried. We let them down. You blame the other guys who took the opportunity, and instead of handing it down to you, they wanted to monetize it. They didn't want to, they were like, oh, I got the rope. Let me cut it back down for the other people and cut it so they can't climb. So yeah, but the rope was down, bro. It's been down. That's it. What's my zodiac, Miss Mendoza? My zodiac does not matter, okay? And you better not be one of them crystal girls. And I don't say it because that's bad, because I don't want you to get fooled by a man who knows to just lie to you about that shit. You know, because I done that, and I was able to pull some very attractive women by just lying about the horoscope, okay? So just know, from a man's point of view, is bullshit, okay? I will only agree depending on how hot you are. That's facts, okay? That's all. That was the old me, but I doesn't matter about my zodiac symbol. You know, I'm more scared of the Zodiac killer. You know, that's it. Think about it. Quit giving our game. I know, I am giving away the game, bro. I'm telling you, that's why. But nah, you ladies, watch out, bro. They're disgusting. You know, I'm disgusting. I feel so. Yeah, amen, bro. So forgive me, Lord. But yeah, watch out. How do you go LT to a house? Bro, you asked me this. Didn't you ask me this yesterday? Hold on, I'm Chad faxing you real quick. Yeah, bro. You asked me this yesterday. Habibi. Yeah, you're banned. I answered this for you yesterday. You're wasting time. And you're trying to get me to do an action, because I said the next motherfucker I'm going to actually sell the long term just to show you guys. Well, yeah, you're an op. You asked me that yesterday, and I gave you a great answer in detail. And you asked me the same shit. See, that's an op. That's what I'm saying. They want a topic to be discussed, or they want actions to happen so that you see it and you guys get the wrong message. Ta-da. But like I said, I know you. I know everything. I mean that as humbly as possible, because I don't know a lot of shit. But, bro, the shady shit, the Lord, my goodness, I could see it from a mile away, bro. So, but yeah, I'm not down, guys. So, but yeah, if you do want to sell, your long term, you sell when you're in escrow, once you find a deal. Did you ever sell a house to put it elsewhere? I've put it into private investments, or I just kept the cash because I didn't want the house anymore. I've sold many houses. You know, I told you I sold one of the ones. I did it in like 23. Remember I told you, and LT got mad at me because he was like, he was mad because I was telling him to list it. He was like, no one's going to buy it. And I said, shut up and list it. He said, my house, you're the agent, list it. He said, okay. And yeah, that bitch sold, and I got an extra $150K that they said I wouldn't get. But yeah, I had an extra house. I wanted to use it as like a live house. I bought it, good deal, lived in it. I streamed from there for a little, got used it for like 6 months, and I just sold it because I was like, this house ain't going up anymore. And I didn't like the area, and I didn't want to use it anymore, and it didn't have good rents and the interest. So I said, fuck that. I just cashed out. It gave me a nice little paycheck. But yeah, I sell a lot of houses. How do you avoid the tax? You don't. You pay your taxes. Or depending on if you're doing it through a real estate company, you have inventory or not. So, but other than that, that's a bad part. And everybody asks me this, why don't I leave California? I make a lot of money in California. My real estate in California, my flips in California, even if I lived in Texas, I still have to pay the taxes. You don't take it like a man, you make a tax strategy. So you need to go have a tax guy. I'm not going to give you mine, if that's going to be your next question, because I've said this for fucking a half a decade. But go and find a tax professional, show them your shit, and ask them. And if you are doing real estate, you want to operate your real estate through a corporation so that you could get better incentives. Otherwise, as an individual, why aren't you using the 1031? And why aren't you doing stuff? Otherwise, you will have to pay, or you hold it for a year or 2 years and avoid the capital gains. So yeah, it just all depends. But this is all tax strategy. But you are going to pay taxes no matter what. You guys, the question is, are you overpaying your taxes, or are you doing it improperly and leaving yourself open to risk? So that's it. But taxes must be paid. Make no mistake. You just want to know the trick? Well, you're one more of those questions away from getting banned. Okay? You stop asking me questions like the police. Okay? Ask questions that you're seriously doing and that are really relevant and real to your life, not hypotheticals. I don't appreciate that. You see? Because it's useless. And it's just like we're talking about something that I've discussed 5 years ago, that if you do it from day one, we won't even have this conversation, you know. So, but yeah, if you're not really dealing with it and it's not in your real life, try to refrain from playing this game. With your permission, hey, answer some tax questions, and if I see you give good answers, we'll get you on a call. You know, this is your interview. I don't think you got, I mean, there's definitely degrees of tax guys and how good they are. I think you guys need to just start. That's what you really need. You need to think about taxes and start getting a tax strategy from day one. That's the thing I learned at a young age after failing miserably. So that's what you need to do. You'll find the quality talent. It will come as you work your way in, but you got to think and plan ahead for taxes and start now. Most people just run away from it. Or the young guys are like, taxes? That's what I did. I was like, what do you mean taxes? Who tax? I pay tax on Cheetos. $1.99, dollar tax. What do you mean tax on? I make money, no tax. My money, my money. So, yeah. But you just got to start early and start and think about it. And if you start that plan rolling early and from day one, you're going to save yourself a lot of time, trouble, and you'll find out the ways and avenues, because it is all based on your personal situation. That's why I'm saying you'll get more out of me if you ask me a real question that you're really dealing with, because when it comes to that, everybody's tax situation is very, very unique. Good. Oh, I know you're 20 and you're like, it stresses you out. Deal with the stress now and figure this shit out at 20, bro. It's going to save you a generation of earnings by the time you're older, because you did it early and young and you dealt with the problem now. Trust me, because that's how I had to learn. No news on Reddit, just fire all day today. Well, yeah, that's what all you tax guys, if you want a Chad endorsement, I would love to. But you're interviewing right now. I need to see that you will give solid feedback to people who ask in the Chad and that you don't mislead them. And if you lead people in the right area, I would love to put you on for all the people who need the help with it. Otherwise, what I've always told Chad, you should be calling in your local area, go look up accountants, go look up CPAs and call them. And a good tax person will always tell you, send me your stuff, and they'll look over it and tell you what they could do with it. So yeah, but yeah, you guys, we got a couple tax people. If you see these questions, answer, and I'll be watching. And I would love to see where you guys direct them. And if we got good ones, I'd love it. It would be great. Most people taxes aren't going to be that complicated. That is true. If you work a job and nothing else, your taxes, you get a refund, easy. But if you are an entrepreneur, self-employed, you want to trade a lot or for a living, all of these are very complex in the taxes and real estate. This is where you're going to need it. But if you are just working a normal W-2 job, you don't need this as much. But if you do start trading a lot, then you will. Or again, your long term. But if you're not selling in the long term, your only tax liability is dividends, and you put that into the turbo tax, and you'll be good. CPI. We talked about it yesterday. I think yesterday's CPI was a reality check. So I'll do that. I'll give a reality check before we go to Philo. Let's see. And here it is. This is CPI all the way till yesterday. And then this is the expectations. Donald Trump. But it's been almost 8 months. That's how big it has been. Do you understand how crazy that is? That's why it's a reality check. That's why Dave Kostin, Jan Heitzis, Goldman, JP, Credit Suisse, Deutsche, all the big banks, they're all caving. Because you cannot say, oh, you could have had a baby in this time, and next day, it's going to happen. No, you can't do that. That's not reality. The reality is that inflation has plummeted. Still elevated, still not at target, still has some pressures, but yeah, this idea is not it's not there, bro. Selling a little bit. But I hope you guys see this, because that's why you have to, what do you believe and why? And what is it based off of? But at this point, even the people who aren't believers, you can't go this long. This is a very bad mentality. So obviously, and that's why I even said, even by the time the data really turns, that's still going to take you another 3 months before it reflects, or a couple months. So it's just this has been a very long time now of expecting very bad things and things from the economy, and it has not materialized at all. And again, it's done the opposite. And that's why this isn't January. This isn't February. This isn't March. This is not April. We are halfway done with May now. And people were saying this before Donald Trump was even inaugurated. These freakouts occurred months prior. So yeah, it's been almost a year. You're closer to a year of thinking Donald Trump. Again, even the little temporary inflation hasn't even showed up, for crying out loud. And it's been a very long time. So obviously there's more. It's not long term. This is still short term, mid-term, but it's you've got to start. This is why you're noticing people cave. Because some people, and on the professional sense, they're not going to be caught dead saying, pounding home an idea with 9 months of evidence, 8 months going the opposite way. And then it's economic data, which still moves slow. So it's been a slow amount of time, hasn't even reflected, and that same data has record trade imbalances and buying. You can't go that long believing that unless it really happens. So, yeah. Have I been paying attention to the Diddy trial? No, not one bit, to be honest with you. No. I've been wrapped up in this whole money market thing. It's been capturing my mind. But yeah, speaking of which, it's time, you guys. So thank you all for being here, and I hope your day is good. But we are going to go and move on to Jesus mode now and do philo. So if you would like to join or listen, it's going to cost you, unfortunately, but it does help for the workflow and gives you an advantage because now there's less people. But quite simply, it's members only. Don't buy a membership if you don't want to hear me talk about Jesus and God and life. If you don't want me to tell you about your future, not in a Miss Cleo way, but in the way that I think your future is valuable and you should all value it and take care of yourself. That's why even the biggest hater, I still got hope for you, bro, because you're probably young and there's still time, but, may the Lord open your eyes one day. But your future, all of you. So I don't know. If you don't want to hear that, then maybe go to Bloomberg. I think there's other traders out there you could listen to, and just hopefully you stay away from gambling and get a long term. But other than that, shout out to the members. I'll try to be back by Power Hour. And that is all. Goodbye.